as the dream of an NCAA tournament. They desperately need a win here tonight, and it will not be easy as Duke has absolutely dominated their opponents here.
A couple of lineup changes for you. Ewing starts at the point for Duke. They have been disappointed in Chris Durham. And there's a turnover, the steal for North Carolina. Felton. McCants is not starting. McCants did not start the last game because they criticized his defense. And here are the Cadillac starting lineups for tonight. You see Noel Williams, Sanders, Felton, and Jackie Manuel, the defensive specialists. Jones, Horvath, Sanders, Reddick, and Ewing for Duhon at the point. The five starting with Mike Krzyzewski.
Well, you know, Chris Duhon's really been struggling, not really providing the leadership that Mike Krzyzewski wants. So now he's going to try to motivate him by letting him sit a little bit, let him observe, and then hope to get the real Chris Duhon, who was voted preseason the most likely player of the year in the conference.
Williams, who has been hot lately, 24 and 22 in his last two outings. And there is David Noel, who was starting for McCants. Noel started in the last game, came through with a career-high 14 points and 8 rebounds. He's very good on defense and probably their toughest player.
Well, he's earned the right to start because of the effort he has given on the defensive end. They have not, as you said earlier, been happy with Rashad McCants, who's an offensive, absolutely explosive player, but he has not really played on the defensive end to what they really want.
Takes a lot of guts to bench not only your leading scorer, but one of the leading scorers in the ACC.
And especially when you've lost 4 in a row.
Yeah. 2 turnovers for Duke. Noel gives it off to Jawad Williams. He buries the jumper, and Carolina off to a quick 5-0 lead.
And that's the kind of start you have to get when you come into this building, because you know the Cameron Crazies are going to be loud and be into it. You want to try to quiet them down.
Dante Jones, they did a nice job of rubbing him off the screen, and Dante Jones knocks down a 3.
Mike, where was his shot against Florida State? He was 1 for 10. He and Duhon went 3 for 17 in that loss.
For the second year in a row, they went down to Tallahassee and lost. Look at Noel driving inside. Can't hit it. Here comes Ewing on the run. Ewing. Got it. Tough shot.
What a good-time move. I got to meet his dad today in the lobby of the hotel at the Marriott. He said, my son is ready for this new challenge.
Tied at 5. Jawad Williams left wide open, and he buries the 3-point shot. .17 minutes, 36 seconds to go. First half of play from Cameron Indoor. Mike Patrick, Dick Vitale, our entire ESPN crew with you. Hot shooting so far. North Carolina's at 3 out of 4. Duke now 2 out of 3.
Nice start by North Carolina. Really got their big guy involved. Jawad Williams coming off 2 big games.
Felton pass a little too strong and another turnover. Dante Jones against Manuel, the best defensive player out there, and Dante Jones hits.
Boy, he hits his first 2 shots, Mike. He went 1 for 10 in that loss to Florida State. He and Duhon were 3 for 17. They can't have that out of their veterans if they're going to really have a great year.
That was really after a hot streak where for 10 games he averaged nearly 19 points. Felton penetrates, and he'll draw the foul.
Like, how big is this game for North Carolina? You lose 4 in a row. You start the season off 5-0. You win the NIT. You beat Kansas. Things look great. They lose Sean May, and now they're in a situation where the dream of an NCAA berth really now becomes almost desperate.
Well, Dick, this game completes the first half of the ACC schedule. Now they have to play everybody again. If they lost this game, they'd be 2-6 in the conference. If you think, well, they'd be 2-6 in the next 8, it's over.
Well, what you're saying is NIT.
But you're not even saying NIT. You're saying below 500 and goodbye.
Yeah, then you say play in the Summer League. But the bottom line is they feel things could turn around, especially if they get Sean May back. They're optimistic there's a chance they can get him back latter part of the year. And in the next 8 games in conference play, 5 of them are at home.
That would really help. Felton hits a free throw, 1 out of 2. It's 9-7. And there's their record since he was hurt. Broken foot. He broke an arm in high school. They say he's a quick healer. He came back quicker than expected from that. Reddick And Reddick is saying that ball had to be tipped. I'm a great shooter. I'm not going to hit the side of the backboard.
Jackie Manuel did a great job challenging him defensively. Take a look at his history, Mike. You've been here for all those games.
Yes, I have, Dick. North Carolina still leads the overall series, but Duke has dominated lately. They've won the last 5, 10 of the last 11, and they have lumped the heels in the process, winning by almost 20 points a game.
Duhan's on the floor now. They need his defensive ability. They need his leadership.
For North Carolina. And then McCann dribbles the ball out of bounds.
Look at Duhan, the last 6 games, really been struggling. 4 turnovers a game. But more than that, the 24% field goal percentage, ineffective, but he hasn't played defense.
Nice pass to Sanders. Beautiful little pass inside.
That was a great look, great angle. Sanders with the good post move. That's been really not existed in their offense. Inside scoring.
Felton lost the ball. Still loose. Shavlik-Randolph comes up with it. He goes inside and scores.
He was sick without playing that game at Florida State for over 6 minutes.
Duke with its first lead, and this place is going nuts.
It is wacky, just like last night at Rupp Arena when Kentucky put the hurt on Florida.
Nice move by Jawad Williams to get by Sanders. Good pass to the baseline. Jackie Manuel for 3.
Got to make that open shot. He's not normally a good long-range shooter. Struggles from that on the perimeter. He's more a slasher.
And Carolina is the worst three-point shooting team in the ACC. They've hit their first 3 tonight. Dante Jones will try a 3. Both teams just lighting it up.
I tell you, Dante Jones playing like the Storm he did earlier this year. Not like the kid that played down there in Tallahassee.
He has 8 of Duke's first 14 points.
Oh, who's that wacky guy? Why don't you join me? Why don't you come up there with me? 63 years old on a Active 12.
So, set up a department meeting for tomorrow and put in a call to the client. Get them up to speed. Anything else?
Here's a thought. Instead of saving money by not using paper, we could just go to Staples.
Yeah, with Staples 365 savings, they compare prices and back it up with a 110% price match guarantee.
I like that. Jot that down.
Low prices on every item every day. Staples 365 savings. Savings made easy.
You could have seen it coming. Cadillac. Breakthrough. Tomorrow night at 7, Josh Howard and Wake Forest face NC State and Julius Hodge as rivalry week intensifies. At 8, it doesn't get any cooler on the ice as the Avalanche beat the Red Wings. At 9, Drew Nicholas and the ACC leading Terrapins meet Virginia. It's all on ESPN and ESPN2 tomorrow night.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball is presented by Staples. Get back time. Go to Staples. And in part by Cadillac. Bold vehicles defying convention.
Duke and North Carolina, the Heels with the basketball down by 2. They're shooting lights out. North Carolina 4 out of 5. Duke 6 out of 8.
I think we're going to see a strong performance out of Chris Duhan tonight. I think he's got the message how important he is to this basketball team. Hey, I'll tell you, talk about McCants, how important he is. Barry Svaluga had an article today about the fact that when he scores 20 a game, in the games they won, he's brilliant. In the games they lose, he shoots 39%.
The big part of their offense, the question is, can they get what they want out of him on defense? McCants trying to go backdoor. Knocked away from Sanders. Shavlik Randolph reached in. And there's a jump ball situation. This is a great officiating group. Carl has Duke Edsel and Tim Higgins, 3 veteran guys that are going to let him play.
Had that last night also with Clarkity and certainly Teddy Valentine and Jim Burr. As you look at McCants, he's just got to really listen to his teammates too, who are sending a message to him. You got to play hard every day in practice. You hate to see a talent like that not respond to a bunch of coaches that are so passionate and love that jersey they represent.
Sanders tries to get it inside, may have been tipped, and here comes Duhon on the run. Nice burst to the basket. It's blocked, and an offensive foul on Duhon.
A little bit out of control, trying to be the aggressor. As you look at Coach K, Coach K did not even show up after the Florida State game for the post-game radio show. He was so long with his team after that game. Bob Harrison does a great job, and then we're waiting, and Coach K was more concerned about his team. Turnovers early.
Ewing, nice move to get free. Hits the jumper. Well, if it hadn't been for turnovers, it'd be 30-30 by now. Nobody's missed a shot.
I love the little guy. I think Felton's one of the elite 8 players in terms of diaper dandies in the country.
Wonderful player. That pass too strong for Randolph.
And what he's done now, Felton, is really improved his perimeter game, shooting 50% from out of the perimeter. I don't know if you've seen the kid Carmelo Anthony. I think he's the best freshman in the nation.
Seen him on television. He looks pretty good. But I'll tell you one thing about Felton. Even when he wasn't scoring very many points and some of the fans were disappointed, this was when North Carolina was winning early in the season, and he was just delighted to be where he was.
Yeah, and he was passing the ball exceptionally well.
Great follow by Noel on the McCants miss. Let's join the third member of our team tonight. Here's Jay Billis. Jay, how are you?
Doing great, Mike. One of the big matchups in this ball game is the point guard matchup. Duke wants to really get out and pressure Raymond Felton. When he gets up the ball, don't let him get it back. They really think they can get into North Carolina's offense that way and take them out of transition. And on the other end, Chris Duhon has got to assert his leadership better with this team. He didn't start in this ball game. Coach K trying to push every button he can to get his junior playing better basketball.
Jawad Williams hits a 3. Boy, I tell you what, they came with their shooting clothes tonight.
What a nice penetration by Felton to create the open opportunity. And Williams has really responded. As you said earlier, 24 and 22 in his last 2 games.
And North Carolina has hit all 4 of its 3-point shots. And Williams has 8 points so far in this first half.
They lost a tough game to Wake Forest.
Shavlik Randolph, who has 4 points off the bench, taken away. Noel travel. Would have been an easy bucket for the Heels, but they lose it.
Take a look at the penetration. He creates, he innovates, and he kicks out. He's the 3D man, baby. Drive, draw, and dish the rock. And Mr. Williams knows how to finish.
That is the exact spot at Georgia Tech. He hit 3 buckets in a row in the first half. When he set a career high in the first half, somebody went and stood on the spot in the second half.
Hey, Georgia Tech, Paul Hewitt's club at home is like unbeatable.
Reddick wide open for 3. Count it.
You better not leave him open. He got challenged big time down at Florida State when he was 4 for 13. If you allow him to be open, forget about it.
If he gets open shots, he could get 50. Felton, that's a tough shot. Nice rebound by Horvath.
Drew Nicholas really covered him big time in the second half when Maryland put the hurt on Duke.
Duhon for 3. Short Sanders rebound.
Sanders and Horvath getting a lot of playing time to veterans.
Dante Jones looked like he made up his mind he was going to shoot that one early. Reddick got the rebound.
What they want out of Duhon, as Jay said, leadership, penetrate, create opportunities, and then defend. He must defend because pressure defense is so vital to do.
Reddick is now being guarded by Melvin Scott. They need him to play some good defense. He has not shot well. Horvath leans in, walk.
Yeah, he lifted that pivot foot. Had a nice game in a loss at Florida State. 12 off the glass, had 11 points. Hey, this place is rocking, Mike.
It's a typical North Carolina Duke game.
That's right.
Martin, please, come in. Everyone know Martin from IT, the guy who linked all our applications together? What, no chair?
The game Sunday with Pittsburgh. Not a great effort against Seton Hall tonight. Meanwhile, Marcus Toniel drives and penetrates. Pirates are hitting their free throws, up by 7, 13 seconds. Another Big East ranked team, UConn, goes down big. BC 1-point lead over St. John's in the final 30 seconds. Keep you posted.
We're tied at 19 with 11:51 to go. Earlier, before the game, all the Cameron crazies outdoors waiting to get inside. This is the most precious ticket you can find at Duke. These kids wait forever. And sure, some of the luster is off. Duke has dropped to 9th. They were #1 a couple of weeks ago. North Carolina's been struggling. I don't care what you say. This is the best game in college basketball.
Oh, it says North Carolina and Duke in that jersey, and that just simply means enthusiasm, energy, a lot of pride, tradition. It is so special. It is the greatest rivalry, Mike. I agree with you. There are other rivalries a little bit more intense right now in terms of winning. Duke plays Maryland, in terms of what's at stake. But the bottom line is Duke and Carolina is still special.
Daniel Ewing picks up his second foul.
You know, Maryland and Duke, obviously the stakes have been so high in those matchups.
And Maryland right now in control of its own destiny in the ACC.
Doing a great job, Gary Williams and his kids.
More NCAA action coming your way at midnight Eastern. The West Coast Conference takes center court when the Pepperdine Wave goes against the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Felton with the basketball in a 19-19 tie. Nearly a steal. And Felton saves at the baseline.
Has such great vision. His passing ability is so special.
Oh, pretty pass that time, and Noel powers one up.
I'll tell you, Noel has really improved his game. They liked him in the workouts. Dean Smith told me about him at the Jimmy V banquet. He said, hey, let me tell you, this David Noel could be a surprise. Went there on a football scholarship originally.
He has 7 points. They talked him into playing basketball. He's a big-time football recruit. Reddick was driving, and he's fouled on the way in. Again, more NCAA action coming your way at midnight Eastern. The West Coast Conference, the Pepperdine Wave against arch rival Gonzaga. Undefeated in conference play. They beat Pepperdine on January 12th. And tomorrow, ESPN2. 2 more great matchups. NC State against Wake Forest. At 9, Virginia against Maryland. All part of rivalry week.
Well, you'll be there for that Virginia-Maryland game. What has happened in Virginia?
I don't know. Keith Jennifer is suspended indefinitely for conduct detrimental to the team. That's got to be a blow. You lose your point guard that way.
I'll tell you one thing, Maryland really hot. They have really responded after losing all the talent they did to the NBA last year.
Hasn't Gary Williams done a brilliant job with that? Reddick, he's hit 2 bombs in a row.
If he gets wide open, you just count it. He's automatic. He's also going to make my Elite 8 diaper dandies.
Knocked away, another steal. Turnovers becoming a factor early in the game. Great pass and a great block by Noel. Check it, McCann's got that one.
I tell you what, passion is on that floor now, and the enthusiasm. Look at Reddick. Look at that form. Squares his body. He gets the great look, the rotation. He has the unbelievable follow-through.
Forced the shot that time. Noel is on him. That's tough match for Reddick. Giving up that height. Dockery had it knocked away.
North Carolina has really responded here. They have come out and played with a lot of fire.
I think Noel makes them tougher at both ends of the court. He gives them that physical presence they've missed since May was out.
And he's a good athlete as well. He can run up and down, a good transition player. They are a different team, though, if they get Sean May on the inside to post up.
Reddick tried to get it to Horvath, and he couldn't handle it.
Look at Sean. Dad was Scott. Great player. Played on an undefeated team. Indiana. Speaking of Indiana, the general gets number 800 most likely tonight. That whole
You mean speaking of Texas Tech?
Yeah, right. Texas Tech. Well, I said speaking of Indiana, because when I think of Indiana, I think of Knight.
That's right. McCants with a miss. He is yet to get on track after not starting for the second straight game. Duhan Forced it down the lane. No basket. He was fouled before the shot.
But at least he's trying to be aggressive. He's really attacking the basket. Really been in a real struggle. Here he is right now. Look for his Durham. They need his penetration ability. They need leadership out of him. He's a veteran. They got a host of young kids around him. And that is the difference in North Carolina and Duke. North Carolina is surrounded by all young people. Matt Doherty doesn't have the luxury of having veterans like Dante Jones and Sanders and Horvath and Durham.
No, his veterans are sophomores.
Right, his veterans are second-year players. Good call, Mike.
Rashad McCants will pick up his first personal rivalry week, of course, presented by Novell, and this is the 213th renewal of this rivalry. North Carolina against Duke, the first of the home-and-home series.
Had a rivalry last night, Kentucky, Florida. I saw suffocating defense. The best I've witnessed in 10 years for a half put on by Tubby Smith and his Wildcats.
Dante Jones leans in, can't hit it. Good defense inside by the heels. Scott, pull-up jumper. He has not shot the ball well, but he is now.
Well, you know what Matt Doherty did? I thought it was a great coaching move. Before the game, I was by the locker room. He told Melvin, he said, if you miss a shot or two, don't worry, I'm not taking you out. Shoot the ball and shoot it with confidence.
Sometimes that's what it takes. Sanders. Noel with another rebound. Noel logging some very good minutes tonight. 3 boards for him. McCants got by Dante Jones, and it falls.
I don't think there's any doubt that McCants is as talented as any freshman in America offensively. He has to buy into the fact you have to play on 2 sides of the floor.
That's his first bucket. It came at the 9-10 mark, and North Carolina extends its lead to 3. The field goal story, both teams shooting very, very well.
Take a look at Rashad McCants right here. He goes against the veteran, Dante Jones. Takes him to the goal. Very strong, a physical driver, very explosive. He's also a member of my Elite 8. There's no doubt. Take a look at his point production, 18 a game. Remember, he doesn't, again, have the luxury of having veteran players around him to help him out.
Tell you what, these guys don't play like freshmen.
Oh, no, they play so much basketball during the summer, all the competition.
Very good inbounds pass. Randolph can't hit it again. Now he gets it blocked inside by Manuel. Dante Jones with the loose ball, now taken by Carolina. McCants. Randolph reaches around and commits the foul. Not a good play by Shavlik Randolph. That'll get you one every time.
Yeah, not a good one at all. Had a great game against Butler, who they beat here. A very good Butler team, who I believe will be in the NCAA tournament this year. He had 24 points off the bench, then got sick, and only played 6 minutes in that loss against Florida State. Hey, I told you about a month ago, I said, take it to the bank. Leonard Hamilton, in 3 years, will have Florida State in the first division in the ACC.
Yeah, but you didn't say anything about last week.
No.
Felton got caught up in the air, dumps it to Manuel. Manuel leans in. That's a blocking foul.
Well, Tim Higgins, he makes the call with unbelievable quickness, and that's what I love about an official. No doubt, call it with confidence. It even hides sometimes when you're wrong, when you call it with authority.
Yeah.
There's the kick out. There's the drive. And they got the block. Good call. It was not there. Defensive player was not set. Was not there. Didn't beat him to the spot.
Jackie Manuel goes to the free throw line. 69% from the stripe. Carolina with a 3-point lead. 8:28 to go in the half. Manuel misses the first.
Jackie, an outstanding defensive player, a stopper on the defensive end. North Carolina early this year, I had him in that Kansas game, had him in the NIT. You would have thought, watching them play, Mike, they'd never be sitting at 11-9. But then again, didn't know about the injury happening to Sean May.
Carolina 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Duke has not shot a free throw in the first half.
Teams have been doing a better job of keeping Duke away from the free throw line. It also happened in their game with Maryland.
Dante Jones, beautiful change of direction. Then he missed the shot. Manuel with a rebound. McCants, pretty pass.
That's great transition basketball. That's Carolina basketball. Vintage North
the court. He has 9 first-half points.
What a great job in transition. Filling the lane, 45-degree angle. Dean Smith used to teach them great fashion at North Carolina.
Carolina by 5. In and out by Ewing. Pretty pass by McCants as well.
North Carolina playing with a lot of confidence. They got a lot of bounce. This guy can really attack you off the dribble, McCants.
Jawad Williams kicks it out to Felton. He's got range. Felton buries one.
He's really been hot lately, Mike. He has elevated his game to a new level. Raymond Felton is going to be a special player at North Carolina.
North Carolina with its biggest lead. Duke has missed its last 8 shots. And on cue, J.J. Redick will check back in at the next break.
I've not lost at home. One of the longest win streaks in America at home.
And Duhan with another turnover. Duke out of sorts right now offensively. And the Heels have gone on an 11-0 run. And one of the rare fast break opportunities they have had here at Cameron Indoor. 30-22.
800 in his second try against poor old Nebraska. After falling down 5-zip, the Red Raiders go on a 25-0 run. Ronald Ross the steal, Kasib Powell the dunk. Only 79 short after tonight of Dean Smith, guys.
Chris, think what you might about Bobby Knight. A lot of things he's done that I'm sure he would like to have back, but he is one of the great coaches that ever lived in any sport. The man is brilliant the way he conducts a basketball team.
Well, he represents all the things you believe in. Work ethic, the tradition of giving your best, doing things with integrity, playing as a team. Forget about playing for the name on the back of a jersey, play for the front of the jersey. And that's what he also taught to Mike Krzyzewski, his former disciple. As you look here at the numbers, 799. Get ready to change that to 800. I mean, I got
Jim Phelan, of course, retiring. And let's, while we have an opportunity, let's go to Jay Billis. Jay?
Guys, coming into this ball game, Duke wanted to put a lot of pressure on North Carolina, but the North Carolina guards have done a great job of handling that pressure. If you notice, North Carolina has kept the court spread. They beat Duke off the dribble, and they've really been ready to shoot when the ball has arrived. I think their handling of pressure is one of the big reasons they're ahead right now.
Well, you're absolutely right, Jay. They've done a great job.
And Jay, I'll tell you this, they're 5 for 6 shooting the 3, and the penetration of Felton has been absolutely sensational. He has won the battle of the point guard play.
Well, Felton makes a huge difference on this team because of that ability to penetrate and to get the ball into scoring areas.
Jawad Williams under some pressure this time as they got him off that spot. There's more NCAA action still to come. Instead, we'll talk to you about this, the NBA All-Star Friday at 9 o'clock Friday. Stuart Scott and Kevin Frazier will anchor the festivities to kick off the NBA's All-Star Weekend in Atlanta. Dante Jones down the lane.
He's really asserting himself offensively. Duke has won 23 in a row at home. It's one of the longest win streaks. The best Oklahoma with 33, followed by Western Kentucky with 30, and Marquette 26.
Dante Jones has 10 of the Blue Devils' 24. McCants, that's one of the things they have not been happy with him, settling for the long-range jump shot.
Got to be a little more patient. Got to utilize his driving ability.
Jones kicks it out to Duhan. The shot has just been off all year.
He's shooting 25% from the trifecta.
McCants lost it off his foot. Williams can't save it. Here comes Duhan. Nice step through by Duhan, but he missed the shot.
Not completing the play, but he made a great effort. Matt Doherty all fired up on that sideline. I'll tell you one thing, he's got to be proud here tonight the way his kids are battling.
Duhan is 0 for 4 from the floor. Redick will come out. Lee Melchione checks in for Mike Krzyzewski. He's trying every button he can find.
You know, Melchione played well when he came off the bench in that game against Florida State. Got some minutes, scored 8 points. Dad played here at Duke. Gary, his uncle, played in the NBA. Billy played at Villanova.
Ewing tries to dump it to Melchione, touched by Felton out of bounds.
Yeah, didn't have a real good angle when he penetrated and tried to get it off to Melchione.
When you're 3 feet from somebody, it's pretty tough to expect them to catch a pass.
Very tough, Mike. He didn't have the good angle. Talk about penetration. They can honor Jay Williams at halftime.
It's Jason.
Jason.
At least for one night, it's going to be Jason again. Scott.
Giving Scott some minutes, despite the fact he's been a little bit of a shooting slump. There's that dribble, spread the court, as Jay said. Try to get penetration, try to run some backdoor cuts.
4:48 to go, first half. North Carolina with the lead. And this is what he did against Georgia Tech. Jackie Manuel had a stretch. Instead of stopping 6 or 7 feet away from the basket, he just took it in there and was very effective.
Well, they went into a one-on-one isolation, and he utilized his athletic ability and slashing ability to get to the basket.
Little runner. Sean Dockery gets his first bucket. It's 32-26.
Good prospect out of Chicago. At 8 points, had some quality minutes in the game down at Florida State.
Noel.
Good ball.
Excellent ball movement. Scott from the corner, he misses.
If you move the basketball, you're going to get good shots.
Duke has numbers, and Manuel will commit the foul.
Take a look at Manuel. He gets a little isolation right here. Little one-on-one maneuver. He beats Melchione to the baseline, and he gets no help. Nobody rotates over. Gets the good angle. Lays it on the glass. Excellent one-on-one movement in isolation. So a little hug on the official. That's smart. Look at this. They're making love. It's great. What a politician. Look at him. He said, wow, come on, help me out. Help me out. Wow, I like that. I like that.
This is the first Duke free throw of the half. That's highly unusual since they usually make more than the other team shoots.
They usually attempt about 30 a game. And right now, they've done a great job of not fouling. That's part of playing good defense, Mike. Not allowing people to get to the free throw line. Hey, people can say what they want. I had a lot of people saying to me last night, oh, Duke, Carolina, come on, that's not a big game. I said, are you kidding me? Are you serious? Just get in this building and feel the electricity. Just feel the energy.
Hey, last year when North Carolina was 8-20, it was a big game twice.
Oh.
When Mike Krzyzewski had back troubles and Duke's season imploded, it was a big game twice.
It was one of the great games. Remember the double overtime?
Yes,
Capel
right here.
hits that shot to send it to overtime. Stockhouse, Wallace, painted faces. Look at these wackos. 1,400 on the SATs. That's the average to get in. I'd have to take the test 3 times to hope to get that. And I'd still struggle.
You'd still be a little short of 14. Carolina's been to the line 5 times, made only 1. Jawad Williams changes that.
Matt Doherty coaching in an environment where only they know one thing, winning, winning, winning. With the history of North Carolina, just like Notre Dame in football, with so much pressure.
10 points for Jawad Williams, and North Carolina continues to lead Duke.
So, set up a department meeting for tomorrow and put in a call to the client. Get them up to speed. Anything else?
Here's a thought. Instead of saving money by not using paper, we could just go to Staples.
Yeah, with Staples 365 savings, they compare prices and back it up with a 110% price match guarantee.
I like that.
Got a chance. He lets it fly. Oh! Wojciechowski. Heartbreak hotel for the Dukies.
So many unbelievable memories in this series. 34-26 North Carolina. Let's check in with Jay Billis.
Guys, you mentioned the free throw margin earlier in this ball game, and in ACC competition, Duke has been outshot and outscored from the free throw line in their 7 games. That is very unusual for Duke, and a sign that they've not been as aggressive. And I can tell you, before this game, having spent some time with Mike Krzyzewski, I've not seen him lately as animated as he's been. He wants his team to play well, but more importantly, he wants them to play with more aggression.
Well, you know, the reason for that, Jay, against Florida State, they take 38 threes in a stationary position. There's no driving and no penetration, and there's no attacking the basket.
Especially, you'd love to get Reddick to the free throw line because he's on the verge of setting an ACC all-time record.
You know, Reddick's one of my blue chip diaper dandies. He's had a brilliant year. It's going to be some battle in this conference for freshman of the year. There's so many great young players. Those are my Elite Eight, Mike. Those are my best, I think, 8 diaper dandies in the country. Anthony being the best, followed by Bosch and D. Brown and Diago doing a great job at Arizona State. Felton, McCants, Reddick, and Gracie Wright. And I will tell you this. I really believe if these young kids stay in this conference, McCants and Felton and guys like Bosch, and they don't leave early.
It's going to be scary.
We hear all these rumors. These kids would be wacky to think about going to the next level. You know, we saw Grant Hill sitting in the crowd along with Jason Williams. What about talent there? Grant's had such a tough break as a pro with all those injuries.
34-28 as we approach 3.5 minutes. Manuel guarded by Ewing. Ewing got the start tonight over Durham at the point.
I think the confidence, they got to maintain this lead. They want the over and back. They want the over and back.
I don't think the ball went over.
I think you're right.
Felton hits the jumper. Another tough shot for Felton. It's 37-28.
I tell you, he has certainly improved that range. I mean, he didn't shoot anywhere near like that earlier in the season.
Dante Jones short, but got it back and then fouled on the rebound by Sanders.
Take a look right here. What a ball went over and back.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did.
It made it.
We're so high in the corner here, man.
Yeah, we can tell by the replay, not from the original shot.
They got us way up in the catbird seat, man. And I mean in the right-hand corner on the baseline. That's not fair.
The pigeons have to fly at an angle to get in this corner.
That's not fair, man, with a guy with one eye to put me back here. That's just not fair. I'm going to complain to Joe Oliva, the AD. He's got to get us down there.
Yeah, good luck.
I mean, come on now. They should put us on the floor so we can feel the excitement down there.
Dante Jones hits the free throw, 37-29. Dante Jones with 13 first-half points. He's 6th in the ACC in scoring.
You know, I get a big kick, too. People say, what's happened to Duke? What's happened to Duke? They're like that. A lot of people wish they had a record like that.
Yeah.
But they lost 3 players that if you would ask most people to write the top 10 players in America last year, all 3 would be on everybody's list. Boozer, Williams, and Dunleavy.
Yeah, they're 14-3, ranked 9th in the nation. Please address your sympathy cards to Cameron Indoor Stadium.
Yeah, Matt Doherty doesn't want to hear about sympathy for them.
No. Excellent defense by Duke. They've turned it up the last couple of possessions. That's always been their hallmark. Reddick.
He got fouled. Didn't call it. He definitely got fouled. No call on that play.
Manuel hit him after he took the shot. Mike Krzyzewski is up, wondering why there wasn't a three-point shot. Three-point foul, rather.
He has a legitimate grip. So does Chris Callens. Johnny Dawkins. Even David Engelhardt, the fine trainer, standing up saying, what is this? Where's the contact? Come on now, look at that. He made contact on the hand. He's going to blow the whistle.
Duhon to inbound to Dante Jones. He's carried them offensively. Duhon, nice move, and a great pass to Sanders.
That's great creativity. Creating the opportunity. That's the high percentage shot off. Dribble penetration, which was a trademark of Duke basketball.
About the only kind of points you're going to get from Sanders. Jawad Williams, nice head fake. And then blocked by Sanders. Jawad Williams got it back and put it in.
Williams really attacking the basket. He's really improved in his second year.
He showed the flashes at the end of last season. Really come on this year. Ewing. And Sanders was cutting to the basket for the rebound. Maybe the pass a little bit late.
Matt Doherty's got to feel really good about the fact that he'll go probably in halftime with the lead unless something drastic happens here.
His kids have played very hard. They played pretty smart.
Yes, sir. Taking good shots. Shot selection so important.
Shot clock down to 13. Manuel trying to drive. That's caught up. Another block by Sanders, and Ewing with a save in the corner.
I love shot blockers, man. They create momentum. But Ewing goes down for 3. All created by a block shot by Mr. Sanders. And the crowd is pumped up. Look at those Wackos. Unbelievable. It's Duke. It's Carolina. It's special, man. Any way you want to call it, it is special.
32nd to 4.
It all started with the block shot. We're going to watch Manuel kick it out, but here comes Sanders. There's the rejection. Thou shalt not take it in the lane. This is Pride. And then Mr. Ewing lets it fly. And his daddy jumps with joy and says, that's my son, Daniel.
Biggest North Carolina lead was 9. Mass Mutual halftime report coming up. Louisville continues to roll. UConn, 17th ranked, and another 4 outing for them. And Bob Knight going for number 800.
You know, you mentioned UConn. I had several calls today from Jim Calhoun. Spoke
Our
to
best
Jim.
to him.
Yes, sir. Tomorrow he goes under surgery, and he wanted me to thank the basketball community and all the coaches, from Roy Williams to Lute Olson, to everyone, with all their cards, their phone calls. And Jim, we wish you nothing but the luck, man. We love you. Best of luck. You're going to beat that disease.
We talked to him a couple of weeks ago before the game in North Carolina. He's been one of the elite coaches for a long time, and as you said, we just wish him all the best.
Battling prostate cancer, but they got early detection, and he had a great mental attitude today. So we say hello to you as well. And I know one thing, Jimmy will beat that. He's a fighter and a competitor, just like Jim Boeheim, who also battled that disease and came back in 3 weeks.
Felton will go to the line where the Heels have only hit 3 out of 7 tonight.
That's the only area where they have not played exceptionally well, the free throw line.
Actually, when you look at the number of turnovers they had, they could have built this lead even further. I mean, 10 points for Felton.
I am a big fan of the young man on the free throw line. I really think he has no idea of how good he can be. It's just a matter of time when he's surrounded with the right people. He gets his post player back, Mr. May to feed the rock to.
Ewing lost the ball, jump ball situation, and North Carolina will get it on the alternate possession rule. More NCAA action still to come. Midnight Eastern, the West Coast Conference takes center court. Pepperdine against Gonzaga. Then tomorrow, ESPN2 will revisit the ACC. Red Hot North Carolina State against Josh Howard and Wake Forest. Then at 9, Steve Blake and Maryland against Travis Watson and Virginia.
I think Josh Howard's going to be the MVP of this league. He's playing sensational. Had that big three-point play at the end of the game against North Carolina to beat him.
Noel, great drive, and Williams with a huge ball.
North Carolina's playing like they did in New York in the NIT. They're playing with feeling. They're playing with passion. They're executing. They're attacking the basket. Here comes the offensive rebound. There's the jam. Williams from out of Cleveland, Ohio. Played at St. Edwards. Stevie Logan, former star at Cincinnati. Hey, what about a salute to Patino winning 16 in a row?
How about that?
Incredible. He's my mid-season coach of the year, the way he's renovated and brought back that program.
Tell you who I think has done a very nice job, and I think he is underrated. His team is underrated. Skip Prosser at Wake Forest.
Oh, without a doubt.
He's done a wonderful job.
Yes, sir. Because they lost a lot.
They sure did.
People, Josh Howard, though, has been incredibly great this year. You know what's really impressive about the fact that North Carolina with a +8 here, they are taking Duke's best shot. I mean, Mike Krzyzewski's been in these guys for the last 3 days like you have not believed. And Duke has come out all fired up. It's not because of effort, man. It's not because of effort.
And the delay is because somebody who was a little bit too juiced ran out on the court, and they have the gendarmes have taken care of him.
What a wacko, man. What a wacko. People like that can't come to an arena and just have fun in a positive way.
(43-35), only 24 seconds to go in the first half.
Time to smile now, man. You still got to play another 20 minutes.
It's been since 1955 since 2 of these teams came in unranked. 1955, at least one of them has been ranked since then. That's remarkable. Most of the time, it's been both of them. And a lot of the time, they've both been in the top 10. And a lot of those we've done.
We've had
How
so many
lucky
great
are we?
games, Mike. Where has all the time gone? I remember some of the unbelievable matchups over the years. So special as you look at Jason Williams and Grant Hill. Two of the greats out of wearing a Duke uniform. And tonight will be special as Jay Williams stands up and cheers. They will hang his jersey.
And that it's draped in black right now, but they will unveil that jersey and retire it. And he certainly earned that. I mean, just an unbelievable player for this ball club.
And just a classy guy, just like Grant Hill. Just absolutely got the whole package. Their moms and dads have done a phenomenal job in raising them. Grant just one of the special people. Matthew Lawrence standing right next to him with the microphone. Works here at Duke. Grant's had such tough luck in the NBA. What a combination would have been he and McGrady.
Oh.
They would have made some sweet music in Orlando. And Williams will be a heck of a player in the NBA. He's got to have some good people around him. Right now, they're so young.
Sure. Speaking of young, both of these teams, very, very young. It'll be interesting to see how good they are by the time the season is over. Shot clock is off. Duke playing for the last shot, down by 8.
Then in the court.
Redick had to force it. Got it anyway.
What a momentum builder. What a momentum builder.
What a shot.
He is some kind of shooter, baby. He is some kind of shooter.
He started to take the shot, realized he was covered, then the clock's running up, so he takes it anyway and buries it.
I wouldn't want to play him in a game of horse. I can tell you that. There's the pump fake. I mean, they got a hand right in his face. A hand right in his face. One of the great shooters, man. Nothing but nylon. NBN.
Redick hits 3 3-point shots. That gets them within 5, but North Carolina with the lead at Cameron Indoor. That's the story from Duke. Let's go back to the studio.
Mike, thank you. This is the Mass Mutual halftime report. So Duke, a little spurt of momentum at the end of the half, but they haven't been able to sustain it. Credit North Carolina, good first half.
Absolutely, and J.J. Redick did the same thing at Florida State on Sunday. Hits the 3 before halftime, but credit Matt Doherty taking a page out of Florida State's book. Play aggressive, go after him, and that's why he's got the lead defensively and offensively.
Duke to have his number retired. Great ovation at halftime at Cameron Indoor. They'd like to suit him up, unretire him for tonight.
Look at this mess. Watch this one.
Yeah, Alabama, which is just 5 weeks ago was the AP #1 team, go figure, cannot play a road game anymore. They are getting destroyed at Arkansas. Hogs move the ball around, jumping on. You see the 9-1 score early on. Then Michael Jones powers inside. Why can't Alabama play away from Coleman?
They just don't come after it. There's no leadership with Mo Williams. Dudley's not getting it going. And I'll tell you what, this would be their 4th straight conference loss. And last year they were 4-4 on the road. Now 0-4 on the road, heading that way. As look at this final score.
They're getting it back to respectability, but still down 11 minutes and a half to go.
Doesn't come any easier because they have to go to Florida this week. And you know what Florida wants to do after the Kentucky loss last night.
Hogs are a team that had 1 SEC win. Mississippi State gets it back to 4-4 in the league as they knock out Vanderbilt. This was a mismatch in the Big Ten. Wisconsin and Purdue, Boilermakers just strangling the Badgers offensively.
Willie Dean. The first 11 points, all Willie Dean. Right there, you see it.
15-1.
It's over. It's over before it started.
Purdue would lead 30-7. Demetrius Kilgore knocks down the triple.
Kilgore makes this one here, and when you take a look at this whole thing, Kirk Penny, if he doesn't come out early, he's 1 for 8 in the first half, 3 for 15 on the night, and they just get blitzed. Final score, 78-60. Unbelievable ending.
Yeah, they had 1 field goal the last 11 minutes. It should not have been as close as that score. Do you know they've lost 28 straight at Mackey?
Let me tell you this, though. Gene Cady in Purdue, this guy's not unranked, maybe in the bottom 100, you know, in that other division, whatever you want to call it. But here he is now in first place alone at 7-1 in the Big Ten, and no fear. They just a solid team with Willie Dean's leadership and their defense.
This game came right down to the wire, but Ohio State holds on for the 5-point win at home, just 4-5 in the league. And Indiana down 10 to Northwestern early second half.
This will be their 4th straight road loss, including the loss at Louisville. And I'm telling you, this team is falling apart. They lose this game tonight, they've got serious problems in the Big Ten.
You put a fork in them now already?
No. It's still in Northwestern.
You know,
it's early. It's early. But still, you don't want that to happen.
This is a bad loss for Georgia Tech, losing behind by 2 at Clemson.
Yeah, puts them at 4-4. They could have been 5-3 tonight, and that's a serious loss for Paul Hewitt as they're looking to fight to get the right standings to become the 4th or 5th team in the ACC.
You look at that at large profile. That's the kind of game Jordan Tech probably needed.
Absolutely. Big-time road loss hurt him.
Dude, you're going to be here at midnight.
Well, my Zags are playing.
That is a shock, but I'll tell you why.
My Zags. They're showing up.
It's
Zag time
of the year in the West Coast. Gonzaga beat them bad the first time, but Pepperdine will have that place rocking in Malibu.
7-0. Pepperdine looking for the upset. I will be here at midnight.
Firestone Fieldhouse rocking. Digger Phelps in the house. An emotion to Duke.
Jay Williams.
So down to North Carolina. Second half is coming up short.
This halftime report is presented by Mass Mutual Financial Group. You can't predict, you can prepare.
Mike, let's take a look at those reports next Thursday.
Time, go to Staples. And Mercedes-Benz, located on the web at nbusa.com.
We're at halftime in the greatest rivalry in all of sports at Cameron Indoor Stadium, and the Tar Heels surprising the Blue Devils. They lead 43-38. Both teams started this game shooting the ball very, very well. North Carolina kept it up. They've been outstanding.
They really shot the three really well. 6 for 9, and they're a poor three-point shooting basketball team. They've done a great job defensively, and they've also spread the court, and Raymond Felton was sensational. Williams has scored big in the first half, but I thought the floor play of Felton was absolutely sensational.
How about this? McCants has scored 2 points. Duhan has not scored, although he does have 6 assists. So the 2 guys that did not start tonight have really not contributed a lot offensively.
Well, the one thing, as you just said, Duhan at least is distributing the basketball, but he's having such a tough time shooting the ball.
Take a look at the first half stats. You see Carolina shooting 62% from the floor overall, and as Dick mentioned, 6 out of 9 from long range. Duke very close to 50%. Duke with the 11 turnovers, and that has hurt their cause. Let's go to Jay Billis.
Guys, at the shoot-around today, Mike Krzyzewski talked to his team about trying to eliminate open looks and challenge every shot that North Carolina would take. He also wanted his team to play each possession. He really stressed that at halftime. He also stressed driving the ball. He wants his team to put the ball on the floor and penetrate into this defense, then kick it out to open shooters if they can't get all the way to the basket.
Well, Jay, that's been a history. Attack the basket like right there so you can get foul opportunities.
And Duhan gets his first bucket of the night to cut the lead to 3.
He makes like Jason Williams, who was on it at halftime. Hung his jersey up in the rafters.
Noel had his foot slip. Felton, nice move to pull up for the jumper. Sanders clears. Dante Jones, who had a big first half. Runner in the lane. Sanders offensive rebound. Gets it out to Duhan for 3 to tie. And a nice rebound at Jawad Williams.
It all gets down to confidence. Talking to Coach Wojciechowski, the young guy today. He said that's what Duhan's battling right now, a confidence situation. Pretty tough to get any confidence when he's shooting under 25% from the 3.
Wide open jump shot. Too strong that time for Sanders. Normally not the shot they want him to take.
Duhan's got to attack off the dribble and forget about the three-point shot. He's got to attack off the dribble. You don't want to go laterally. You want to go east-west.
Dante Jones way too strong on the jump shot.
Shooting the ball too quickly, not getting enough handles. Smart play right there by Manuel. Bring the ball back out.
What he's been guilty of in the past is getting into the lane, then picking up his dribble in no man's land. Felton's so quick.
Smart putting the ball in his hands. Smart putting the ball in his hands.
Boy, he was lobbying for a foul afterward, too, with Carl Hess.
Howard Garfinkel, a 5-star, told me all about this young guy. He said, my friend, you are going to see a star. And there's no doubt the kid from Loudoun, South Carolina is going to be a star.
13 points for Felton. Reddick going and has it rejected. Nice block by Jackie Manuel, and Manuel on Reddick, the Carolina's best defensive player.
See the screen up on top? The screen up on top helps Felton. He utilizes the high post screen, and it has the great body control to convert.
I thought he had a pretty good argument on a foul as well.
Not a wacky night in college basketball. One surprise after another.
Manuel down the lane. Check it. Ewing down the lane. I'm sorry.
Daniel Ewing, you got the right number.
5 and 5.
We're so far away. Ewing played with T.J. Ford. What a combination they were in high school.
Let's check in with Jay Billis. Jay?
Guys, North Carolina for much of this game has been running a 2-3 set. They're doing a good job of keeping everybody at the free throw line extended or above, and they're spreading Duke out, putting the ball on the floor, and really controlling the tempo. It's been a terrific job offensively by Carolina.
I'll tell you, Sanders really hustling out there, and Ewing made a great drive, but didn't convert.
Duke several times has been able to get penetration, but they haven't gotten too many baskets out.
23 in a row at home. This year, the margin of victory at home has been plus 20. Hey, just when we think Georgia Tech is playing great, Clemson beats them tonight. Life on the road, Mike. I'll tell you, how's this statistic? In the top 10 in America, 107 games. The record of the 10 teams at home, 104-3. And the only 3 losses, Arizona loses to Stanford, Maryland to Florida, and Kentucky loses to Michigan State. 104-3 at home.
You go to the ACC, top 6 teams in the ACC, they're undefeated at home.
It's incredible. I think it's the fan frenzy. I think this is poured upon all over the nation. What the Cameron Crazies have started here. You got fan frenzy everywhere you go.
Sanders hit 1 out of 2. The lead is cut to a bucket.
Look at this here, 21-0, man. Life at home. How sweet it is to sleep in your own bed and shoot at your own hoop.
Noel, he has been a big factor tonight with the miss. Jawad Williams couldn't hit the tip.
They really found a player in Noel, I'll tell you that.
Ewing, no basket, but a foul.
I love Ewing's ability to attack the basket. I'll tell you, Jay Billis, you look at Ewing, he's from the old school. He really loves to attack the basket like the former players that have played here at Duke.
Well, he's been much more aggressive, and one thing Daniel Ewing can do, he's an outstanding mid-range shooter. So when he puts the ball on the floor, he can not only take it all the way, but he can pull up for that mid-range shot. He can stop on a dime. And I thought coming into this season, Ewing had the chops to be the leading scorer of this team. It hasn't worked out so far, but he can really score the ball.
Could you imagine, Jay, he and T.J. Ford in the same backcourt in high school?
Not a lot of complaints about getting the ball when you play with T.J., is there?
Wow.
What a block by Felton. He went out on Reddick and knocked it into the 3rd row.
He has really played. One thing I like about Felton, every time I've had a North Carolina game, he plays so hard. Look at him right here. There he is right there. He comes out, makes the block shot, just hustling and scrapping all night long.
The Heels have blocked 5 Duke shots tonight. Reddick was open and Jones missed it. Duhon with a runner. Got it!
That's what he's got to do, and that's what he does best. Attack the goal. Go to the rim.
We're tied at 45.
You have to know your strengths as a player. Oh, it's special, man. Carolina and Duke. Blue, white.
Jackie Manuel, no basket, fouled on the way in. And in the last couple of ball games, Manuel has found that he's able to put the ball on the floor and take it inside. That could be a huge factor in the second half of the conference season for this ball club. Because you don't expect to get points from him. He's out there for defense.
Yeah, he is, and one of the real defensive stoppers. This man Doherty, a member of the 82 team that won the national title, along with the big 3, Mr. Jordan, Perkins, and Worthy, and Jimmy Black.
And Dick, I agree with you. You really may have found something in Noel.
Oh, he has. He's an athlete. Tough kid.
Noel for 3.
There he is. There he is, right on call. Mr. Noel saying, I'm earning PT, man. I'm getting playing time, just like Chris Fowler in the studio. He finally joins us in the hoops.
In the last game, he had a career-high 14 against Wake. He already has a dozen here at Cameron tonight. Dante Jones blocked by Noel.
Noel, confidence growing. I tell you something. Earlier this year, he was struggling, and Kenny Smith, the former great player in North Carolina, left a message in Matt Doherty's office. Hey, you got to tell that kid to play like he did when he played with us in the summer. He said that kid can be special.
Great feed inside. They blew the shot. Felton couldn't hit it after Noel with a perfect pass.
Yeah, had a bad angle right there. Felton for that layup.
Jones was open. Horvath kicks it out. Too high for 3. And if he could turn around his shooting, this team would be so much better.
Well, if he also gives him defensive pressure on the ball, doesn't allow himself to get beat like Galloway beat him down there at Florida State.
Oh, great dish inside, and then the block by Ewing off of Manuel.
Tell you, look at the emotion here. The intensity.
This is starting to turn into a classic game. Great players making great plays. And they're not playing like a bunch of freshmen and sophomores.
Playing for a lot of pride, Mike, a lot of pride.
They're going the ball game. North Carolina and Duke tied at 48. At halftime, we had the privilege of watching Jason Williams having his number retired and raised to the rafters here at Duke. In front of a capacity crowd, brought tears to his mom and dad's eyes, brought tears to Jason's eyes as well. Said when he flew into Raleigh-Durham today, he knew he had come home. And let's go to Jay Billis, who's with Jason right now.
Mike, standing right here on this floor, one of the great players in Duke basketball history. And Jason Williams is here, too. Jason, how did it feel out there getting your number retired, seeing 22 race to the rafters?
It was one of the best things I've ever witnessed in my life. I mean, sitting in the middle of the court, where I used to play all the time, and, go up with the elite, with the guys like Grant Hill and Dick Rhodes and Shane. It was the best moment of my life.
Now, you left early, you're a high pick in the draft. Do you miss being in college, and do you think you made the right decision?
Yeah, I think it was my time, but, how can you not miss this kind of atmosphere? How can you not miss Dick Vitale up there screaming, "Oh, baby," and, playing hard and, fighting and sweating and trying to win the national championship? This is the best you could ask for.
After all this LeBron James business, I think Coach Gay was looking over at you saying, give the money back and suit up.
I wish I could, but I can't.
Well, Jason, congratulations. Mike, back to you.
You got to hand it to Jay Billis, one of the great players ever to wear a Duke uniform, and Jason Williams.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. Can you imagine Jason Williams penetrating, kicking out to J.J. Redick? Oh, wow.
Redick, meanwhile, hits his 4th three of the night, and Duke, which had been down as many as 9 in the first half, is back on top.
I'll tell you one thing. I hope some of the young kids heard him speak about what it means to play on a collegiate level. Remember, he's a different case. He's a guy who was twice Player of the Year and also got lots of cash where he was drafted.
Manuel tries to split 3 defenders, can't do it. Obviously, Jason Williams, as he was known here at Duke, now goes by Jay Williams. Ewing short on the 3, Manuel with another rebound. I've seen Carolina several times this year. This is the best I've ever seen them play.
Well, this gets danger time for them right now, Mike, because the bottom line is they have fallen behind after having that 8-point lead. It's an 11-point swing, so they're down 3, and they got to really hold off Duke here in the next 4 minutes at going to the last 10 minutes.
And this is actually Duke's first lead since the 7-minute mark of the first half.
I can't say it's the best I've seen them play because I had them against Kansas, and they
must have been great that night.
Incredible. I think Kansas, when they get Simeon back, is going to be a club that people are going to have a tough time with.
I'm not going to say who I think is the best team in the country anymore. Every time I do, they get beat.
It's unbelievable. It's so tough. And I saw Kentucky last night. I didn't think anybody could beat them the way they've been playing.
Jawad Williams. Offensive rebound, Manuel. Williams keeping it alive.
That's just great hustle, man.
No basket, but he does draw the foul.
That's just great hustle. Just working like crazy on the inside. He's improved his range as a shooter. That already should smile.
And now they've overruled the initial call. They say the basket is good, and I think it's a good call.
That is a good call. But now as we look at the replay, so where we're sitting, there it is. There's the contact, and there's the foul. So counted.
And Dick, he's not a big kid. He's 200 pounds. He's just battling in there. 16 points for Jawad Williams tonight.
I like him because he's getting better and better with each performance. Love to see kids improve, like to watch a Matt Carroll at Notre Dame or Ryan Randall. You see Hakeem Warwick up there at Syracuse. You see kids getting better and better.
Rivalry week presented by Novell. It doesn't get any better than Duke and Carolina at Cameron Indoor.
8 miles apart, 2 great schools, one a state university, one private. Great academics.
Nice pass on the baseline to Dante Jones. He's short on the 3. Noel got another rebound. He's fouled by Ewing. That's 4 on Ewing.
Referees jump to stop any chance of any action. Mike Krzyzewski Always coaching, like trying to prove himself, and that's what makes him special. Every game is the most important. You would think this guy was in a Hall of Fame. Every moment he coaches for that moment. Talk to Bobby Knight, and Bobby Knight will tell you he's more nervous now than he was years ago. You say, how could that be? But that's what these guys are about, Mike. They care about the most recent performance.
Well, sure, and that's why they're who they are.
That's why they're Hall of Famers.
7 years he's won 30 or more games. It's just unbelievable.
That's just an incredible achievement. Used to win 20 with something special.
51-51. Felton. Double clutches inside and made it.
How good is Felton? How good is Felton? You people down at Chapel Hill don't know how fortunate you are to have this kid in your uniform. He is special.
Off-balance runner by Dockery and out of bounds to North Carolina. Poor choice of shot for Dockery. Coming up at the Sports Center at midnight. Pepperdine against Gonzaga. Then tomorrow, ESPN 2 with an ACC doubleheader. Julius Hodge and North Carolina State against Wake Forest. Then at 9, Maryland against the Virginia Cavaliers at Comcast in College Park, Maryland.
Great facility, unbelievable enthusiasm, Gary's gang. And I'll tell you, Drew Nicholas is playing like an all-ACC player.
He has really assumed leadership offensively and defensively along with Blake. Felt great move. Can't hit the shot. Sanders lost it out of bounds.
Trying to take advantage of his ability and get a little isolation at 1-on-1. Penetration out of Felton. Last year's premier point guard coming out of the high school ranks, rated the best point guard by Bob Gibbons, rating service. Take a look right here. Little shake and bake. He's a little wheel and deal. He's making like Phil Ford, who's sitting here working with Mr. Woody Durham. What a combination. Nixon as well.
53-51. Carolina by 2. They call the foul on the shot. They can't in the last possession. Under duress, another miss by Durham.
Yeah, Durham with a good drive down. I tell you, Durham, Nixon, and also Ford doing a heck of a job. Just like Bob Harris. These guys locally live such pride behind that microphone.
I love to listen to guys who do hometown teams. They used to call them homers, but they just love their team.
I call my old Kaywood Ledford team. He was one of the best of all time at Kentucky. Look at Coach K trying to get his first win, man. That's pride. Played at West Point, high school player in Chicago, recruited by the Generals, getting his 800th win tonight.
Milestone for Mike Krzyzewski tonight. He is coaching his 750th game at Duke. And here is the foul on Dockery, his second.
Great column by Frankie DeCenzo, writer here in Durham, about that exact story you said, Mike, the 750th game, and how it all started with a win over Stetson.
And it started before that when Tom Butters had the courage to hire a relative unknown like Mike Krzyzewski from a non-basketball school at Army.
And that was because of a recommendation by Robert Montgomery Knight.
And it turned out to be great. Dockery with a steal at one end and really forced up the shot at the other end. Carolina hustles back.
Bad shot by Dockery. Good ball movement. That's an excellent shot.
Noel, he has just been huge on the boards and shooting. He has another career high. Back-to-back games, 15 tonight for David Noel, the freshman from Durham, North Carolina.
You know, they promised him a scholarship for next year. He's a walk-on basically this year because he originally had a football ride.
He can have any ride he wants right now. He's leading these heels.
You're right about that.
Have you seen the new look for this year? Introducing the all-new CLK.
Gentlemen, KFC is something unique and exciting. Hot wings. They're crispy, with a sizzling blast of spicy flavor that'll turn up the heat at any shindig.
Hot and crispy outside, tender inside. Hot wings only from KFC. For limited time, get 8 for only $2.99 or 20 for just $7.49.
I smell hot wings.
breaking the ice at parties.
Gentlemen, we're going to have to put you back in.
Your prime objective is to extract Dr. Lena Hendricks.
It was a routine rescue operation. Get your people together. But behind enemy lines, everything can change in a moment.
Birds are taking heavy fire and we're no longer entering Nigerian airspace. Right now, you are on your own.
On March 7th, the lives of many
I strongly advise you complete the evacuation as planned.
rest in the courage of a few.
It's been strongly suggested that we abandon these refugees. I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to do that. Can't do that.
Send all our men to Kasanga. We got trouble.
5,000 rebels converging on your area. You're not equipped to handle the additional threat.
My team will complete this mission.
Get these people ready to go now.
From the director of Training Day, Bruce Willis, Tears of the Sun. Rated R. In theaters everywhere, March 7th.
Milestone night for a career that began at West Point in 1965. Bob Knight's 800th win, a near certainty as Texas Tech is clobbering Nebraska. That's Andre Emmett down low. The lead is 22. His former school, Indiana, losing to Northwestern, which is winless in Big Ten play. And Alabama once again squashed on the road in Fayetteville. Let's go back to Cameron, Mike, Dick, and Jay.
All right, thanks, Chris. Congratulations to Bobby Knight. You know, he's always great to us, Dick. We always had a wonderful relationship.
Oh, just a phenomenal performance in terms of his career has been incredible. Hey, what about the way North Carolina's responded when Duke took the lead? They've come back and they got a 5-point lead. An amazing effort here tonight so far by the kids from North Carolina. I think a lot of people thought this would be a blowout. 4 losses in a row, sitting at 11-9 after a 5-0 start.
Sanders with a miss. Reddick gets it in the lane, and Reddick left alone. You can forget it. It's going in.
Yeah, if he's left alone, it's automatic. He's got one of the great releases. What a shock to hear Chris talk about Northwestern beating Indiana. What has happened to the Hoosiers? Oh, what
great cut.
Great cut without the basketball. Give and go.
Noel extends his career high to 17. The lead is back to 5.
He has really played impressively. Moving without the ball, shooting the open 3.
Reddick gets it inside again, and he is fouled this time by Melvin Scott. That's going to be 4 on Scott.
We're going to take a look as he's going to get the ball off to the wing, and then he's going to cut without the basketball. Just a great move without the ball. There he is going to cut right down the lane. Poor job defensively. I mean, that's not Duke basketball defensively, Jay Billis. Nobody beats him to the ball. Nobody denies the ball. Nobody helps. What a poor effort defensively.
Your brightest smile in just 1 hour with Bright Smile.
That's amazing.
It's painless.
Things never change in the game of basketball, Jay Billis.
Yeah, a little back pick set right here, Mike. You can see that Rashad McCann's going to step up and set a little back pick. He sends one, and then it sets another on Casey Sanders. Now, Sanders was supposed to jump to the ball and jump in the path of the cutter, but Daniel Ewing had to step in there and bump that cutter as well.
You're right.
That's just too easy.
Well, Jay, he never jumped to the basketball, and that's a sin. First thing they teach you is to jump to the ball.
Sanders goes to the bucket and scores.
That was Dante, I believe.
Check it, Dante Jones. His first bucket of the entire second half.
They got to get some defensive stops. We haven't seen Duke play any kind of suffocating defense and get some stops. North Carolina's been able to get the high percentage shot.
Felton got around Durham with a screen from McCants, and McCants will take a 3. Missed it. McCants has been a non-factor tonight off the bench.
I really think he has a tough time dealing with coming off the bench. Certain guys can handle that part of the game. Certain guys can only play from a starting position.
Their leading scorer has not started in 2 games. He only has 2 points tonight. Reddick wide open, rimmed out. Dante Jones rebound. That was triple team in the lane, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Throwing an elbow on Dante Jones.
Mike, that was a set play. They ran a double screen for J.J. Reddick. They ran a double screen to get him a look. He gets the shot. Normally that would go in. There's Dante. Going to see him right now. Oh, there's the contact. They're swinging the elbows. Good call.
Almost a knockout shot from McCants.
They ran a beautiful double screen, though, for J.J. Reddick. Structured, set play.
He won't miss many of those. McCants, great wheel, and he traveled.
That's a good call as well. He definitely lifted his pivot foot. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind he did a little short Saturday night.
It was pretty, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. A little disco move there.
13th Tar Heel turnover.
This has been fantastic, man. This has been absolutely great.
Just what we have come to expect out of this series.
Why, it's to me the best rivalry in all of basketball. North Carolina and Duke.
Well, a lot of the Duke players have forced stuff when they got in close. Ewing forced that one, bailed out on the foul, and for Rashad McCants, his third.
You know, you talk about other great rivalries, certainly Kentucky and Louisville. You talk about rivalry week. You think about Purdue and Indiana. You think about certainly Illinois, Missouri is a good one. Kansas and Missouri, Maryland now, and Duke has become special.
Well, they did a survey a couple of years ago of coaches, and all the coaches in the country picked this as the best rivalry. ESPN.com did a survey of fans and former players, I believe, and they picked this as the best rivalry. It's not just, you know, the guys like us who are doing the games.
Right, I definitely agree. There's no doubt about it. I mean, all you have to do is be here. Hey, I got also a call today. They said, look, you keep saying North Carolina's the youngest team in America. We're younger. Northwestern State out of Louisiana. 5 freshmen start, and they got 11 freshmen in our top 14 players, the Demons. They're 3 and 14, though. Mike McGonaghey is the coach. Young.
McCants almost tipped in by Duke, and then Manuel hammered as he tried to follow it up. Friday night, Stu Scott and Kevin Frazier anchor the festivities kicking off the All-Star Weekend for the NBA in Atlanta. Join ESPN for musical performances from the B-52s and the Village People. Interviews with All-Stars and celebrities Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas will square off in a game of horse. The Village People?
Village People. Wow, Stuart Scott, North Carolina grad. He's jumping with joy right now, cheering like crazy for his heels. He's going, go heels, be the ball. He's going, Felton, be the ball.
And McCants just picked up his 4th foul. McCants tonight 1 out of 7 from the floor. I think 1 bucket and 4 personals.
He's struggling mentally. I think he really is struggling really right now. His mental confidence shaken by going to the bench, not starting. He's an explosive talent. There's no doubt this kid has a great upside to him. He's an unbelievable offensive player. Was the MVP of the NIT.
Ewing ties it at 58 with 9:14 to go. Ewing with 10 tonight. He started in place of Durham. Right now they're in there together in Mike Krzyzewski's backcourt.
23 in a row, had a whole winning streak, one of the longest in America. Can the Tar Heels come here and get a victory and break their 4-game losing streak? Oh, the Tavern Crazies are fired up.
Felton, triple team. Nice anticipation by Ewing to get the steal, and Felton is down.
He stepped on a line, though, Mike. He stepped on a line. Yeah, good call. Good call. He definitely stepped on the line.
Felton went down hard, and Ewing came from 20 feet away to pick off that pass.
And then he stepped. He didn't realize it. He stepped right on the line. He's saying, no, too high. He stepped on that baseline. Good call by Duke Etzel. Felton with 15 tonight. One of the real blue-chip point guards in America. Hyper dandy, Raymond Felton.
That first step is just remarkable. Durham stays with him this time. Noel with a miss. Dante Jones clears.
Felton certainly created that opportunity.
Listen to the crowd.
Oh, it is unbelievably loud here, man.
Now Duke spreads it out. Reddick got caught up in the air.
That's a no-no for players. You can't do anything up there.
Boy, they are letting them play because Reddick went down to the floor on top of Noel.
What I like about him, he never complains. You never see him whine and cry. When you talk about JJ, he just plays. Just plays. Even when it was obvious he got fouled a little bit earlier in the game tonight. Just what about it? There's Duke on a little run right now.
Alternate possession gives it to North Carolina. That was the 14th Duke turnover. Oh, what a move by Felton. Then he tries to dish it off, and he's fouled. Sanders goes down hard.
Sanders, the kid getting some playing time, which they didn't anticipate. When they recruited him, they thought it was just going to be the learning stage this year. And they've been forced to play him. Sean May out. You know, it's unbelievable when you talk about pressure on young kids in a big-time program like North Carolina. The freshmen have to always have an A-plus game. If they have a B or C night, they can't win because they have nobody to help them out. It's great to have my man Fowler back, though. Got him away from the pigskin, got him with hoops.
6 out of 11 from the free throw line tonight for North Carolina. They're down by 1 as we approach 8 minutes to go.
And now this is where they need the leadership out of Chris Durham, something that has not been there recently.
Durham penetrates, nowhere to go.
Went to the bench tonight.
3-second violation.
Yeah, that's a no-no. I mean, you're coming down the stretch of the game. You're a team in the top 10 in America. You're at home. You got to make good decisions. You can't get away with that.
And they're making fundamental mistakes. Williams.
Give it to Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond in Chapel Hill. Everybody loves Raymond.
Felton for 3. Got it.
Give it to Raymond, man. Everybody loves Raymond. I love Raymond. You love Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond except the kids, people in Durham.
17 for Felton. Reddick, nice cut without the ball. Got the basket, tied again at 61.
He's more than just a shooter, Mike.
Yes, he is.
He's got versatility to his game.
And he's a tough kid, too.
Hey, we got a classic Duke North Carolina matchup. This may be a classic.
Dante Jones already has a double-double, his second of the year.
Are you serious?
No basket.
They waved it off.
What a move, though.
What a little shake and bake, a little step-on time, a little Marbury time. There he goes. Look at him hanging. Can he play? Can he flat out play? Howard Garfinkel, you are right again, Mr. 5-star. You are right again. Mike, he is big time. Jay Billis, how good is this kid?
He's the difference in this North Carolina team, Dick. I really believe that. With his ability to put the ball on the floor and find people, he's not a great shooter, but he has been shooting the ball extremely well. But he can find people's shots, and that's been the difference in last year to this year for this Tar Heel team.
And you know,
Scott with a 14-footer. That was kept alive. Another great rebound by Noel.
If he was surrounded with a little bit more experience, it would elevate his game even higher. But so much pressure with the young people they have.
Duhon from way outside.
That's not a good shot, Mike. You're shooting 24% from the 3. That is not a good shot. That's not leadership.
Scott, nice quick move to get inside, but missed the shot. Outlet to Reddick.
They are trying to stay in the face of Reddick.
Great defense by Felton. Draws the foul.
He's doing it all. He's doing it all.
And Ewing has fouled out of the ballgame. Well, you don't think of Felton for defense, but he sure had it that time. Tied at 61 at Duke. He's got that one pretty well wrapped up, doesn't it?
800, and I'll tell you, it's not going to stop there. My feeling is he ultimately will become the all-time winner. I think he's got that many more years in coaching. He loves being in the gym. He's found a place where they love him. He loves it there, and I think we'll see him for at least another 5 years and go over the 879, maybe get to the 900 mark.
Ewing is gone at the 627 mark, 11 points, 5 rebounds. He started tonight for Duhon.
North Carolina's got more NBA players than any other school, 14, followed by a situation where Kentucky's got 11, Arizona 10, and Duke 10 in the NBA to start the season.
And there's probably a half a dozen that are going to join that list out of this group.
Look at this right now. Change the defense, go to a zone. First time we've seen a zone out of Duke.
Manuel had it blocked.
Mike Krzyzewski trying to do all he can on that sideline. One of the great minds in college basketball. And what a competitor. I would have loved to play for a guy like that. He puts his heart, his soul, has so much pride.
Hey, I've seen you shoot. You wouldn't have played for him.
No scholarship for me. I couldn't make the intramural. Looking at a 2-3 zone right now. Any match up. Trying to match up out of the zone.
Another wide open three against that zone. This time a miss, and the rebound of Dante Jones. That's about the first thing Noel's missed all night long.
Trying to take away some penetration with that zone out of Felton.
Tied at 61. Reddick dribbled it off his foot. Fortunately for Duke, right to Jones. And then there's a reach-in foul on Noel, his second. Coming up after Sports Center, more NCAA action at midnight. Gonzaga and Pepperdine. Then tomorrow, we'll go back to the ACC, NC State and Wake. Maryland against Virginia. That's a 9 o'clock Eastern start tomorrow.
Luis Hodge having a great year down there for Herb Center.
Sure is.
Had that good week when he beat Duke and North Carolina. Herb had some tough losses. Surprisingly lost to Massachusetts and at home to Boston College, who's got a great freshman, never gets publicity, and Craig Smith. I mean, there's a kid that really has been outstanding. They beat St. John's tonight. I know my research expert, Mr. Howie Schwab's not happy with that score, and he does a great job for us, Howie.
Dante Jones has hit all 5 of his free throws tonight, and the 5th gives Duke a 1-point lead.
One of only 2 transfers to play for Coach K. Came from Rutgers, where he averaged 16 a game. LaShawn McLeod was the other, came from St. John's. We got ourselves a heck of a basketball game. Let's see if they stay in the zone. They do.
Felton has been shooting more in the last couple of weeks and making a lot of them. Has that one rattle out.
Good rebound position by Sanders. Very active.
They're on their feet at Cameron.
The zone has been effective so far in 2 possessions for Duke.
Dante Jones for 3.
A big 3. A big 3. By the veteran. By the guy up on top. He's just got to play. Can't talk to people. They're staying in that zone.
Dante Jones has 21.
Trying to match up out of the zone. Got to get in the gaps against it. Good gap right there.
Felton, good penetration, and he got it off a rare bucket from Byron Sanders.
See, it's really effective when you use dribble penetration into the gaps of zone. It creates opportunities. Sanders with a good play getting the score.
So odd to look down at Duke and see him in his zone defense.
I know. But I think it was a good coaching move.
There's the lob to Jones.
The Jones show. Hello, Mr. Jones. Hello, Mr. Jones. Diagonal. Back cut. Poor job defensively. Look at this. The zone wide open.
Speaking of poor job defensively, Noel gets wide open underneath. 68-65. Duke leads by 3.
That was a breakdown. No communication by Duke. Some guys were zoning, some guys were manning. A poor job defensively, lack of communication.
Career high 19 for Noel.
He's going to be a heck of a player, David Noel. A new name, and he's going to get a lot of minutes in North Carolina. Boy, Matt Doherty had his kids ready to play here tonight.
Duhan with another long 3, and he hit that one.
I'll tell you what, though, for a guy shooting 24%, he's certainly not bashful. A big timeout by Matt Doherty. Wow! It's unbelievable!
71-65. Let's go to Chris Fowler. Chris.
Final seconds in Lubbock, Texas, as Bob Knight closes in on win number 800 over Nebraska. Let's join Vinny Vinzetta and Michael Lewis for bonus coverage.
Welcome our ESPN viewers. It all started in 1965, and tonight, welcome the newest member of the 800 win club. Texas Tech defeats Nebraska 75-49, and career win number 800 for head coach Bob Knight as he shakes hands and hugs with Nebraska coach Barry Collier. Michael Lewis, you were in the program. What kind of a moment is this for you?
Oh, it's an outstanding moment. It's a moment that, you know, I'm very proud to be a part of. 800 wins, only 3 other individuals at the Division I level.
He joins Adolph Rupp, Jim Phelan, and of course Dean Smith. Really needed this win this year.
Needed this win, but C880, that's what he wants.
Absolutely. He's closing in on Dean. Maybe a couple more years, guys.
Chris, one of a kind. Congratulations to Bob Knight on another hallmark in his career. Manuel down the lane, and he's hammered as he tried to slam it down by Sanders.
I'll tell you, you got to have your veteran players step up. That's leadership. There's Duham with the lob up on top. Sanders with the screen on the back cut, and the senior scores. Dante Jones. Here's the veteran. There's Mr. Duham. Yes, that's the guy that they really want to be the special player. He was preseason the ACC's choice as player of the year.
Manuel Manuel has now missed all 4 of his free throws tonight.
And
these are huge.
These are monster free throws. You're down 6, 3:33. Momentum is swung to the home team.
Missed another one. This building is moving. It's rivalry week.
That really hurts, man. It breaks down some of the spirit of your own team when you come up empty in that situation.
Felton tried to get the foul, flopped a little bit. Horvath's offensive rebound. Another 35 on the shot clock for Duke.
And now you show leadership by managing the clock, spreading the court, taking some time down. Playing for a high percentage shot, making certain the right guys shoot the ball. Jones or Reddick. Off a Durham penetration.
3 minutes left. 15 on the shot clock as Durham has spread the court.
He's got to penetrate and find either Reddick or Jones.
Felton has been really good defensively against him, and Durham will scoop.
He said, forget about finding anybody. I'm finding the net, baby.
I haven't seen that shot since 1959.
Since I saw Bob Cousy do it years ago, number 14 with the Celtics.
73-65, and Felton answers with a huge 3.
They should just put the ball in Felton's hands. Put the rock in his hands. It's in good hands if it's in Raymond's hands.
Raymond Felton with 21. He's cut the lead back to 5. Look, now this is a guy they want to have the ball. Reddick.
They need a stop right here. Duke goes to that high post offense. There's the open.
Oh, nice feed by Reddick, and Horvath wide open.
They go foul line extended. You can't get help. They spread the court. They utilize that so well late in games. Oh, people, do yourself a treat and get here for a game one time. If you're a college hoops fan, it is so special.
Dick, of course, will get you a pass.
No problem.
The only way you'll get in.
No problem. We will do it. Just right, Mike Patrick. There's Durham. Look at him taking over right now. Earning back his PT. But most of all, earning back the respect from the coaching staff and from his teammates. Look at those eyes. He says, I'm back. I'm back. I'm not going to play like I did the last few games. Because I don't want to sit on the pond. Timmy Huggins comes over and says, nice shot.
Felton at the line. He knocks it down. This kid is really cool.
I love him, man. I love him. He is, without a doubt, to me, the best point guard in terms of the freshman class in America. That's the best point guard in America is a second-year player, T.J. Ford.
5 out of 8 from the line for Felton. He cuts it back to 5 under 2 minutes left.
She's dark green, cashback, low intro, and end of the month. He's yellow, travel, everyday rate, and middle of the month. She's purple, travel, low intro, and beginning of the month. Introducing Bank One's Personal Platinum, the simple new way to choose your rate, your reward, your billing date, even your color. Bank One's Personal Platinum, issued by us, but created by you.
When I was a smoker, it took me years to finally quit. Thankfully, I was able to do so with the help of my friends. Unlike me, you now have safe and effective stop smoking products available to help.
Introducing the new Stop Smoking Lozenge recently approved by the FDA, the Commit Lozenge. Other choices include Nicoderm CQ Patch and Nicorette Gum.
Make a resolution to stop smoking, and with the right support, you can quit for good.
Going to the airport? Hey, Bill, you stayed here too? Yeah, want to share a cab? Deal. All right. Great hotel. Yeah, pricey, though. Wasn't that bad. Yeah, if you're a CEO. Why? What did you pay? Here's my bill. I didn't pay nearly that. Not even half. You got ripped. Hey, buddy, I can get you a great deal.
Game speech from Bob Knight. Didn't talk much about the milestone, that he thanked his team, and then his team showed him something new. Knight has no idea what to do. They're jumping up and he says, get ready for Missouri. A big game this weekend on ABC. He is number 4 to join that 800-win club, guys.
I've never seen that one before.
I love that, Chris and Digger. Hey, I'm only 723 wins behind him. I'm going to catch him. Well, you know what? If I factor in, I have been on TV 24 years. I've done probably 50, 60 games a year. I'm 1,500-0. Undefeated, man. You never lose up here.
Duke has taken the lead because they've hit 5 of their last 6 shots. And they're just terrific at the free throw line. North Carolina has shot itself in the foot from the line tonight.
Hey, Dante Jones having another 20-point night, his 7th this year. Rashad McCants certainly wasn't Rashad McCants, the player that won the MVP award this year in the NIT. 1 for 7, foul trouble.
Reddick, the second-best free throw shooter in the nation. They want him to handle the ball. If they have to foul somebody, they'd love it to be him.
And there was the 2-3 foul line extended, so he can't give help. And then they like to release people, trying to get layups.
Manuel trying to guard him, but not foul. Shot clock is at 16.
I tell you, I like the way Durham has responded to some poor performances. He's responded tonight, making big plays. There's another one he just made.
Great feed, Horvath with the easy layup.
That was created by Chris Durham. Great vision. That's leadership, man, when you make big plays down the stretch. It's not just yelling and screaming. It's making big plays.
Manuel to Noel. Bounce pass along the baseline. Heels need points. Manuel open for 3. Did not want the shot. He did not want it. Scott will take it and miss. Dante Jones saved it and bounced it off of Scott.
This would be a heartbreaking loss for Matt Doherty. In the last 2 games, they have had a supreme effort, but have not been able to get into the winner's circle, losing to Wake Forest. And tonight, a little bit trouble now. 7 down with a minute on the clock. Unless they can spring a miracle, it'll be 5 losses in a row, sitting at 11-10. And as you said, Mike, 2-6 in the conference.
Reddick moves the ball out under a minute to go, and now they're going to foul Dockery. And Duke,
that's probably the best guy
will take it to the free throw line. Carolina played its heart out tonight, and Noel has emerged in the last couple of ball games as a go-to guy. He is tough, he can rebound, and he is shot much better than anybody would think. Shooting the rock, brought to you by Rolling Rock. 19 points tonight. He's at 8 out of 13. A lot with some range on it.
I'll tell you, Raymond Felton was absolutely sensational. And you're right, Mike. They played their hearts out tonight because they got Duke's best shot. Duke was so fired up for this basketball game because of the fact of losing to Florida State, and they were emotionally ready. And Durham responded late in the game with big plays. Dockery steps up. I'll tell you, that tells you a lot about his character because you would think a kid sitting in a pine a long time, kid that's not known as a great shooter, would struggle there. He stepped right up with a lot of confidence.
Came in shooting 58%, hits the first, the second, would make it a 9-point game, and he does. And give some credit to Duhon coming off the bench tonight. 12 points and 10 assists.
And big plays down the stretch. That's the difference. He made big plays when they needed them.
Jawad Williams for 3. He's fouled.
Wow, that's a dumb play. Followed him out there, stopping the clock, putting him on the line.
That's Horvath. There's more NCAA action coming your way. Midnight Eastern, Pepperdine and Gonzaga. Gonzaga undefeated in conference play. Then tomorrow, 2 more ACC matchups at 7. NC State against Josh Howard and the Deacons. And at 9, Virginia will take on Maryland in College Park.
The question is, what has happened to Virginia? I liked them so much when I saw them earlier this year. You know, you mentioned Gonzaga. Mark Few, one of the hot names in coaching, has done a fantastic job with that program at Gonzaga. When jobs open up, he's going to get some calls.
Now, I think the officials are going to go over and take a look at the monitor to see if that was a foul beyond the 3-point line, which we thought it was. One of them called it a 2. They can check this legally.
Yes, you are allowed to use the monitor in this situation. It definitely was a real fun. Guys got to learn how to put that on. He's got to learn how to put that on. Come on now, Mr.
Come on, Carl.
Yeah, you got to learn how to put it on, but you can utilize it to determine whether it is a 2 or 3, and not just on a made one, but on a missed one as well. We're way up here now. We got to look at the replay. Let's see where he's. He gets put behind the line.
Foul behind the line.
Yeah, he's behind the line.
You're still behind the line if you have not come down. He took off from outside the line, so it's going to be a 3-point shot.
You can use the monitor also for scoring time and error, and also for the fact of determining who participated in the fight. That's Mike Krzyzewski now talking to his kids. He's got to be proud of the way they responded because they took also an unbelievable hit by North Carolina. Was up 5 here in the second half. Raymond Felton was absolutely brilliant.
You've got to give some credit to North Carolina to come in here off of 4 straight conference losses. And here's what they were facing. 2-5 in the ACC. They lose this game. They probably have very little chance of finishing in the top 3, which was something they did forever before, and very little chance of catching anyone in the top 3, as well as Maryland and Wake Forest certainly have played. It's a huge game for Duke, too. They couldn't afford to fall to 4-4.
Exactly. And you know, you think about that streak, it was 37 consecutive years, number 1, 2, and 3 in the ACC. 31 consecutive years of 20 games or more, and 27 years in a row in the NCAA.
I thought the 37 straight years of being first, second, or third in this conference, as good as this conference has been, was the most remarkable statistic in college basketball.
And it's hard to believe that they may go now, looks like, unless a miracle, 2 consecutive years without a postseason berth.
Jawad Williams at the line for 3. He made his first, missed the second.
When I say postseason, I'm talking NCAA. They certainly have a shot NIT if they go 500.
Williams now with 19 points. They cut the lead to 7. It's still a 3-possession game with 40.2 seconds left.
You know, that guard, he's got to build on. I know it's very tough because after a while, you know, morale gets really down, and you got to build on the positive moments of a game like tonight. You got to take away and really get the young people to realize they're so close to getting to that winner's circle, losing a tough one to Wake Forest in here.
Melvin Scott has just fouled out of the ball game. He reached around and fouled Reddick, and now we'll try to avoid the jinx because Reddick will go to the line. He has hit 42 straight, which is a school record. The ACC all-time record held by Virginia's Jeff Lamb. He once made 48 in a row.
I made one time. I know you're not going to believe this. I really did one time. 51 in a row. I did. I know you're looking at me crazy. Not in game competition. I did it with my wife and my daughter's county.
Were you on a ladder above the basket, or you're actually talking about free throws?
Free throws, man.
I think anybody could be a 75% free throw shooter if they practiced. I think it's ludicrous that guys aren't.
I agree with you. I think it's an area of game. You got to concentrate. You got to focus. You're good enough athlete. You should be able to.
But this guy has obviously practiced it. Reddick will go to the line. He is number 2 in the country, number 1 in the ACC. All he hits 95.3%.
They made him really think a lot about it. One of the best I've ever seen in the ACC was Mark Price. Price was incredible.
He was great. And Mark Price was great at everything. He was a lot like Reddick. He could hit the long shot. Of course, he didn't have the 3-point shot.
Hey, can we do this when a kid is as good as this to speed up the game? Let's just play the game and put the point in the book. I mean, put it in. Why make him shoot it? It's automatic. This is automatic. Nothing but nylon.
Oh! You did it. That one's on you.
Oh, I'm so sorry, JJ.
43 in a row. The streak comes to an end. Jeff Lamb still has his record. Noel underneath tries to follow Horvath with a rebound to Reddick.
That happens so often.
Reddick tips it out to Duhon. Horvath, the head of the pack. And he's fouled with 18 seconds to go, and that ought to do it.
I feel so bad for JJ. Stuart Scott. Oh, Dan Patrick, poor Stuart. His heels are going down.
Here's what they'll have. A look back at Bob Knight's 800th career win tonight. Bob Huggins on the hot seat in Cincinnati. In our conversation with Steve Mariucci, our congratulations to him. I thought he was treated so shabbily in San Francisco, and now he gets the big deal in Detroit.
Oh, I think the way they treated him after he did a phenomenal job down there was really just a poorly done job in that front office. But you know what? $25 million? Hey, Steve, can I get a loan, man? I need some cash, Steve.
Tom Izzo's got him all tied up.
Oh, Izzo's going to be on cloud 9. His buddy coming to the Motor City. Oh, here's Horvath now. This game is over, my friend. It's over. Duke gets a big win at home.
81-72. This is going to take Duke to 15-3, 5-3 in the conference. For North Carolina, a crushing defeat after they play just about as well as they can. They'll go to 11-10, 2-6, and they still have to go back through the ACC and play 8 more games.
I think if there's one thing that comes out of tonight for North Carolina, obviously the great player David Noel, they found a player, but they also really have to find a way, the coaching staff, to get Rashad McCants to beat Rashad McCants. There's something obviously in watching him play that the kid is fighting himself mentally, and And the bottom line is he's got to respond in practice. He's got to earn the respect of his teammates and his coaches by giving a genuine super effort every time in practice. The only reason I know that, Mike, is reading it in the paper by some of the comments by his teammates.
Somebody drew a very good parallel today, I thought, the fact that Vince Carter had the same kind of problems when he was a freshman under Dean Smith. They said Vince Carter eventually turned out pretty good.
Not bad. The Cats has such an upside, such a future.
But my hat is off to Matt Doherty for doing what he did.
Yeah, I do. You got to have respect. And if you're preaching the fact that we want to play defense and a guy's not giving the effort, he's got to go to the sideline.
And he also said putting Noel in the starting lineup was a reward for everything that he was doing. And look how he has responded. It's been brilliant.
And the only reason he's doing it is because he really wants the kid to do the best he can do. He's in his corner 100%. He's not trying to penalize him. Great job by Durham tonight.
Andre Buckner will come in for him, gets a hug from Mike Krzyzewski.
So that's the kind of guy that gets a tap on the rear end. He said, that's what I expect out of you, my friend. He didn't give him any of this down there in Tallahassee. He would have had a W.
Mike Krzyzewski told his kids this week, this is not about North Carolina. This is not about the rivalry. This is about us, who we are as a team.
What a great drive. Raven Felton cleared the corner. Jacked him. Another great battle. Duke to North Carolina.
Duke has won 6 in a row in this series, 11 of the last 12. On the night when they retired Jason Williams' jersey, Duke beats North Carolina 83-74. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For Dick Vitale and our entire crew, this is Mike Patrick. Thanks for watching, everybody. Now to Dan Patrick and Stuart Scott.
To say it, of the pinky on his shooting hand. So the Spartans beginning tonight without Alan Anderson for a while.
And I think that injury hurts Tom Izzo as much as it does Anderson. First 5 minutes of this ball game, Dave, will be extremely important. Indiana's going to come out intense. Michigan State needs to match that intensity if they want to win on the road.
And the Spartans control. Kelvin Torbert picked up by Bracy Wright. All 4 of the consecutive losses for Indiana on the road. It's been a while since they've been here, and they have got to hope that simply returning to Assembly Hall is going to make them return to the style of play that saw them win their first 8 games. And Michigan State with a turnover on its first possession. Starting lineups brought to you by Chevy Trucks. And Erasm Lorbeck with Al Anaganye, Maurice Ager, Chris Hill, who moves back into the starting lineup, minus Anderson and Torbert. And the usual 5 for Mike Davis, Jeff Newton, George Leach up front with Coverdale, Wright, and Hornsby, all of whom have been slumping in the backcourt.
And George Leach playing with a broken nose, got hit by Sean Klein in practice the other day. He's wearing a mask, did not practice yesterday, but participated in the shoot-around today.
The most debilitating injuries have been practice injuries for these 2 teams. And Kyle Hornsby shooting miserably from three-point land in the 4-game losing streak. Gets Indiana started.
Was guarded by Maurice Ager, and Ager did not make him put the ball on the floor with a 3-point shooter of the prowess of Hornsby. You've got to make him put it on the deck where he's far less effective.
Chris Hill out front has been having success coming off the bench, although he is their only double-figure scorer. Shot clock is down to 5 for Anaganye's turnaround hook.
Leach is a good shot blocker, but you can't let Anaganye get positioned down like that with a foot in the paint. And already Tom Izzo is red with emotion, yelling at his team to get down and defend.
Ted Hillary, Gene Manji, Dan Chrisman, the officiating crew. From outside, the long 2, a little bit too long for Newton. And the offensive rebound taken by Bracy Wright, who's been hampered by a pinched nerve in his back, which has caused shooting pains down into his leg. He returned a couple of games ago, not back to his early season form yet.
Last time these 2 teams met, he went 1 of 6. Each got away with a walk there.
Still turned it over, and Hill bringing it up for the Spartans. Off-balance floater, giving Michigan State its first lead.
And Hill would not allow Coverdale to bump him off of that move. A lot of contact, but Hill was still able to finish the play.
First time starting after the last 4 games, coming off the bench. Newton, a star early in the season, and another Hoosier whose numbers have gone south. Offensive foul called here on Leach. Tom Izzo in his 8th year with Michigan State, a 3-time National Coach of the Year, but only 1-5 here at Assembly Hall. That one went a little over 4 years ago.
Already gave 2 illegal screens called. The first one on Erasmus Warbeck and the last one on Leach. Got to set those screens without moving and make the cutter set it up and use it.
Torbert turns on the post-up over Bracy Wright, and it's 6 straight for Michigan State.
So far, Michigan State getting post position awfully easily.
You figure that the fans will have just a tinge of desperation tonight. And the team should as well. After starting Big Ten play 4-0, to go to 4-5 would be extremely disappointing, if not quite disastrous yet. We are just now starting the second half of Big Ten play. Mike Davis in his 3rd year. Of course, took Indiana surprisingly all the way to the national championship game last year and started 8-0 this year. But since the incident at the end of the Kentucky game in late December, they are 6-7. Quite obviously, something has changed about the Indiana team since then.
Well, they've really struggled with it. When they went on that road swing and lost 4 in a row, things have really gone downhill. And one of the problems they've had is their offensive execution has been poor.
Warbeck throws it away with the shot clock winding down, and Hornsby came away with the steal.
Michigan State did a good job of getting back and covering up.
That's how much confidence Bracy Wright has in his 3-point range. That would have been an NBA variety.
Well, he can hit that shot, and when we came away from the Maui Invitational, he was clearly, along with Carmelo Anthony, the best freshman in the country.
Wright getting out and running, and Anaganye gets the better of the drive by Bracy Wright, and a rebound foul.
Bracy Wright took that ball in to dunk, but when he did, he opened himself up and sort of exposed the ball. Instead of going in, you don't necessarily have to go off of 2 feet, but you want to go in square to the basket and make Anaganye come over your shoulder. But right there, he opened his numbers up to Anaganye and let Anaganye come in there with that left hand and take that shot away.
Numbers for Newton were good, and the loss at the Breslin Center gets his first point tonight after being fouled by Torbert.
Actually, the only Hoosiers that really put up decent numbers at the Breslin Center were Leach and Newton, at 15 and 14 respectively. And Newton had 28 against Illinois and was the difference maker in that game.
Gets them both here. You saw an early entry by Mike Roberts as Leach is pulled in the first 4 minutes. And Paul Davis off Tom Izzo's bench. Roberts up tight on Anaganye. Spartans on a couple of possessions already have been up against the shot clock. Hill can't get away from Coverdale, and a 3-hopper saved along the baseline by Tim Bograkis. At a timeout, 15:38 in the early going. Michigan State by 1.
Feet off doesn't move him up. That's what I want to know. The dab on the foot is probably going to really hurt him on the score. You want to land with your feet on the pegs. It's about execution. No footer. Foot comes off to stabilize himself. It's slippery out there, folks. It's snow and ice.
Well, at least he didn't crash, and that's the main concern. He is in 4th place. Dane Kinnaird is the man right now with combos, besting some of the backflips. But there is one man left to go, and his name is Mike Metzger, our final jumper here at FMX in Aspen.
Nate Adams is so frustrated. I had breakfast with him this morning, and the one thing he said he did not want to do is go home in 4th place. He did that last year, super frustrated. This year, he has got to be hot. He has got to be upset. And check this out. He's won it, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Metzger is the king, the godfather of freestyle motocross, has a glory run to go. He's got one shot. What will he do? He's having fun. He's got stickers on his neck representing all the sponsors, all his buddies. He's still got his backflip gear on. He's still got his pads on. Will he backflip the short jump? Will he backflip the big jump? Will he bring something we've never seen before? Jerry, this guy has won the whole thing. Everybody was scared that Metzger might try a backflip on the 90-footer. He called it. He's coming back down. Wait a minute. A poach run is what we like to call it. Just taking the glory run, having some fun. The fans here are having a good time. Uh-oh, here we go. Backflip jump. Wheeling into the face. Probably the best backflip we've seen all day.
Huge wheelie, clean backflip, poach run, all style. Mike Metzger at his best.
Metzger doing another flip of sorts, throwing his bike up on the landing ramp, sliding around. Now he doesn't have the spikes under him. It's going to be hard to walk around up there. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Metzger did back-to-back backflips at Summer X Games and took the gold. Then he took the big air gold with the variation of the backflip. Winter X Games, Mike Metzger throws the glory run, the McFrit. It's a knack-knack, reaching off with your opposite side hand and grabbing your foot. And then just for fun, just for kicks, Metz decided to come out and throw another flip on the snow as if he didn't have enough of a dangerous day. Metzger getting off the 90-footer, throwing the whip. Look at this, reaching back, doesn't actually get the grab. He calls it the McFritz. You can see him adjusting. He actually grabbed onto his clutch lever when he was going for his bars. The crowd loves this guy. I love this guy. Freestyle motocross owes a lot to this guy. The flip, solid landing. It was the straightest flip we saw all day. Having a good time.
And he's being mocked and assaulted by the crowd. The fans busting through.
Oh, and that goes right back to there are no rules. X Games, people going down, having a good time. Metzger's out there somewhere. Jamie Little, our poor reporter down there, has to try to catch up with Mike Metzger with throngs of people all over the place. Metz heading back on top. Oh, I'm surprised all those people can actually get up that ice face. I'm sure there's people littered all over the place. X Games excitement, Jerry.
And there you have your medalist, Mike Metzger, with another X Games gold.
Jerry, I think Nate Adams' name should be up there, but of course the judges and I were seeing things differently here at Winter X7.
Mike Metzger, gold medal with the biggest posse in Aspen. Jamie, what's he got to say?
Mike Metzger, you continue to break records. This time at Winter X, busting 3 backflips and a variation of the backflip. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a great week. I've, just been traveling, hanging with Dave. I just want to say thanks to my wife. She's at home right now taking care of Michaela and Myri. Yeah. And I'll be home soon. I love you.
More motivation. You got another baby. You did it again, taking home another X Games gold.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Winter X Games.
Once again, big props to Mike Metzger. Everybody is super stoked for Caleb Wyatt to finally stop his backflip. Dane Kinnear, the man of many combos, came all the way from Australia, saw some snow, had some fun, but it is Mike Metzger who is definitely one of the best motorcycle riders on this planet.
After coming home with 2 silver medals last year, Shaun White was determined to erase the nickname Future Boy and become the rider of today. And he did so with convincing gold medal performances in both snowboard superpipe and slopestyle. First, he threw a switch alley-oop backside rodeo in the superpipe, then a 720 frontside stalefish in slopestyle. For those performances, Shaun White won the award for Outstanding Winter X Games 7 athlete and a new Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. There is only one Jeep, and there's only one Shaun White.
The boy doesn't even have his driver's license yet, but he deserves it. Shaun snagging 2 silver medals last year, walking away with 2 golds this year.
Coming up on SportsCenter, are the Lakers on pace for 500? Did Florida pull rank on Kentucky? And 500 reasons to watch Jaromir Jagr. Linda Cohn, John Anderson, SportsCenter, 10 Pacific, ESPN.
The X Games Global Championship, coming in May on ESPN.
What's up? Forgot my due. Oh, man.
Looking for
Taco Bell is open late. So spice up your night with the grilled stuffed burrito. When it is late, think outside the bun.
Hey, yo, Method Man and Redman here to show you how the new Power Strike from Right Guard Extreme works. It's got this strike for extra older fighters. Let's pretend this huge elastic band is the Power Strike, and these guys are older. Let's see what happens when older meets the Power Strike.
See? It repels it for a new level of protection.
Goes on clear, doesn't quit.
Get more extreme. Get the Power Strike, dude.
What do you care? You've got the goodness of Reese's peanut butter and milk chocolate. Get lost in a Reese's.
Check out specially marked king-size Reese's to win extreme gear and other stuff instantly. 1 in 10 wins. Gear up, get lost.
The 2003 Winter X Games are presented by Mountain Dew. From the people who brought you Mountain Dew. Taco Bell, think outside the bun. Right Guard Extreme, get the Power Strike. And Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, get lost in a Reese's.
Man, oh man, how about this Winter X Games 7 in Aspen, Colorado? The only thing the X Games are about is progression, progression, and progression. That's what we did out here in Colorado. Amazing crowds. We had women throwing 900 to the Superpipe. Guys doing backflips on snow. The skiers in Superpipe going twice as big as they did last year. But at the end of the day, Winter X Games is about the youth. It's about the kids. About guys like Shaun White and Hannah Teeter. Who knows where action sports are going, especially in the winter. You gotta get back with us next year. Winter X Games 8. I'll see you there.
All my life I've been searching for something. Something never comes, never leads to nothing.
That run could easily take out Kelly's Park.
Oh, and he falls. End of the rope. On the laundry. Yeah!
Oh my God!
Leaves me with the feeling
yeah!
I feel the most. Feel it come down.
And he holds it together.
Top and bottom of this course are shaking in their boots.
Shaun White is the now of snowboarding, and he is on fire.
Thanks for having me, Winter X
This is SportsCenter.
Winning means everything for the defending champs. Lakers, Pacers, round 2. Who scored the knockout punch? The Mavs are out for revenge, while MJ's revenge is always sweet with the Cavs.
A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win it! They win it!
Portland makes a case against the league's hottest player. Florida's #1 now, but did the Wildcats pull rank? Mario's back. Could he save the Pens from extinction? While his former teammate skates into the record books. Why Mooch's road to Motown may be a bumpy ride. And King James finally fights back. How close is his court date? SportsCenter, on top of the world, now. told you there, that is John Anderson, and I'm Linda Cohn. I had a new #1, but the same old story. That story in a bit, but first, the big boys.
Shaq would qualify as big, I would think, huh? And for the Lakers, a chance to reach 500 for the first time since the 4th game of the season. Huge. LA taking on East leading Pacers. Indiana wants me. Lord, I can't go back there. Looks all friendly-like at the start of this thing. First quarter, score tied 11. Check out the nice passing. Kobe, Rick Fox, and finally, it's Shaq with the happy ending. Lakers by 2. Later in the first, still a 2-point game. Kobe up and over Jermaine O'Neal. Now, Jermaine did some fine things as well. Finished with 23 and 20 in this one. We go to the second. Lakers down a deuce. Shaq down low. We circle 4 guys trying to stop Shaq. And, well, next time, you might want to send a 5th. Shaq 19 and 12. He is all man. Still in the second. Pacers down 2. Eric Strickland. How about them Huskers? Lights it up for 3 there. He had 18. Pacers by 1. Later in the second, still a 1-point deficit. Shaq down low. 3 men come get him this time. We arrow Kobe off the miss. Yeah, you get that many on Shaq, nobody to box out Kobe. He's there. Lakers up by 1. Still in the second. We're tied at 46. Kobe dribbling off his foot. Al Harrington's going to go all the way the other way. 48-46. Indy at half. The Lakers 0-13 on the road when trailing at half. Skip ahead to the 4th. Reggie Miller starting to feel it. Butter. Pacers within 4. Next possession, 5-point game. Miller again. 4 of 9 from deep. Swish me. He had 14. Pacers down 2. Now the cheese is really getting binding. Reggie Miller tips the pass. Harrington. There you go. Nice little move. 22 points. 3-point game. Next Lakers possession. 42 seconds left. Devin George, the role player, rolling. He had 9 points. Lakers by 6. Would it hold up? Pacers next possession. Brad Miller from way out. Don't expect that. He had 13 and 10. He's 7 foot tall. One last chance after a Kobe miss at the buzzer. Reggie clanks it. Just not enough. Lakers win at 97-94. LA now even up at 23 games apiece. Lakers have won 2 games now when trailing at the half this season. This is their first one on the road. Interesting enough, the only 2 wins come against first-place teams. The Mavericks, when they overcame a 28-point deficit on Tuesday. First-place Pacers, Lakers 0-14 in all other games when trailing at the half this season. Linda Cohn, more.
Joining me now for a Laker breakdown on their big victory, Sean Elliott, Tim Legler. Let's talk first about the role players for the Los Angeles Lakers. Devin George with a big game. Is this the reason why the Lakers are finding success, because the role players are now finding more success on the court?
Well, I'll tell you, it's part of the reason, but still you have to look at the big 2. Kobe Bryant has been just playing incredible basketball for the last couple of weeks. Shaquille O'Neal is still the guy that draws a lot of attention, but it helps when you have guys like Devin George step up, make big 3s late in the game. Rick Fox is playing better. Derek Fisher's playing better. They're getting contributions from more people. That's going to take pressure off of Kobe and Shaq, but you know what? That train's only going as far as Shaq and Kobe take them, and they're still playing at a very high level.
Sean, what does it mean for this Laker team to get back finally at the 500 mark?
It's huge for them because it's a short-term goal that they were able to reach after a 3-9 start. You heard these guys rumbling about getting back to 500. They're able to reach that goal. It's something they can build upon and give them confidence. They're playing excellent basketball right now. Like Tim said, the 2 big players, particularly Kobe Bryant, has really stepped it up. He's making everybody else around them better. These guys are playing a confident basketball.
All right, let's talk about the All-Star break. Tim, is this a good time to have an All-Star break for the Lakers?
It's always a good time to have the All-Star break because guys want to get rest. And, you know, they're going to go to the All-Star weekend. There's going to be a lot of guys there that are playing on winning basketball teams. They're going to be talking about postseason. We're talking about these things. And it's going to be in the Lakers' minds. It's going to just fuel them even more to get back and try to win that 4th straight ring. So it's never a bad time. They're going, and they have 11 out of 15 at home after the break. So they're looking forward to that as well.
How about you, Sean?
I don't know. If I'm in this kind of rhythm, I continue to play basketball. They have 11 of their next 15 at home. They're playing good. Again, great basketball. I continue to play. Whenever you're in a rhythm, you hate to quit playing. You hate those long breaks.
Next up for the Lakers, the New York Knickerbockers. Guys, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Still ahead inside this edition of SportsCenter. How'd the Gators celebrate their first game at the top of the College Hoop Mountain? Speaking of mountains, Texas having a rocky time of it in Boulder. Last time out, the Kings crowned the Mavs behind C-Web's triple-double. The big fella's out, and Big D has big revenge on its mind. A check for 500 is in the mail. Jaromir Jagr reaches a milestone with a nifty trick, and it was a shooting spree at the Garden. Let's believe how hot a record-breaking Latrell Sprewell was Tuesday night.
a new dog moving in.
At most rental car companies, $25 will get you a basic economy car. While at Budget, $25 will get you a roomy midsize car, or even a midsize SUV. Let's see, $25 for an economy car, or $25 for a roomy midsize car. For a limited time, rent a roomy midsize car or midsize SUV for only $25 a weekend day from Budget, where you get more car and pay less money. Go to budget.com today or call 1-800-BUDGET-7. Clowns not included.
Sports Center, brought to you by GMC. Find out if you're a professional-grade basketball fan. Log on now and take the GMC Professional-Grade All-Star Basketball Challenge.
Started by Wright, 5 seconds. For the win, he got it with 3.3.
Florida needs 3 to tie. Bounces to Green on the left wing. Hands it off to Bonner. Launches the 3 off the wing. In and out. The clock is at all zeros. Kentucky has beaten Florida on Senior Day.
And sometimes it's not so close. The University of Florida played its first basketball game December 15th, 1915. Put a 30-14 whipping on the Jacksonville YMCA. Boy, who could have forecast then that 88 years and more than 1,900 games later, Monday, February 3rd, 2003, the Gators would finally achieve the first #1 ranking in school history. Long time coming and could be quick going. Florida's first test is #1, fellow SEC undefeated Kentucky. The Cats, who have spent 79 weeks at #1, actually a favorite in the game. Kind of game that'll bring Ashley Judd to the gym in Lexington, that's for sure. First half, there's your newly minted #1, and there's the team that's all about getting it. Keith Bogan steal off of David Lee. The other end, Eric Daniels going to finish with the putback. Bogan's had 15, and he got help there. 12-5 Wildcats. Later in the first, it's 32-20 now. Watch for Florida players outside the three-point arc. They're going to dump it into David Lee. Here come the Cats collapsing, and Daniels will get the block. Some good defense there. Coach Billy Donovan completely, well, he's nonplussed. Later in the first, 39-20, Kentucky, a 17-2 run. Bogans, there's 2 of those 15. You're not going to miss when you shoot from there. Florida missed 21 of its last 23 shots in the first half, committed 8 turnovers. Tubby loves defense.
We went with a smaller lineup, and that was a big key. And I think it confused them a little bit. Kind of took away they're very effective in their half-court man-to-man offense, so I thought that created some confusion for them.
More of the same in the second half. Kentucky up 56-31. Oh, the other way, Eric Daniels. He had a dozen, as did just about everybody. Kentucky up 27. They are just rolling along. Next Gator possession, another Florida turnover. Ends in a dunk. Kentucky way up. Cruise home, winning it 70-55. Jay Billis, this game, not really much of a game after all.
John, Kentucky just overwhelmed Florida, and they did it with their defense. The Wildcats held Florida to 22 points in the first half on 20% shooting. They challenged every pass, every cut, and every shot, and their defense really set the tone for good offensive execution down on the other end. Florida could not find a shot on their offensive end, and Kentucky was able to score the ball in transition and off of their defense, and they really did a terrific job getting the ball to the right people. They made the right reads. Keith Bogans and Gerald Fitch had a terrific first half, and really, this game was over by halftime, John.
More upsets, perhaps. Third-ranked Texas trying to steer clear of trouble in Colorado Tuesday night. Brandon Mouton for 3. He had 19 points. Late first half, Michel Mirandis, teammates call him Frenchy, buries that 3. Texas, though, led 40-38 at intermission. Second half, though, Mirandis gets rolling. Here, they're at home, Coors Event Center, so he gets the members bounce. He had 24, and with a $1:57 left, Mirandis from behind the arc gets a 3 and starts a 13-point run. The game was tied at 80, and the Buffs got the last 13. Go ahead and storm that court. 93-80. Maybe not a surprise the Buffs were winners on Tuesday. With the win over the Longhorns, Colorado improves to 9-1 at home and would be a perfect 10 if not for no early loss to Georgia. Last month, the big win over Kansas, who they had not beaten 12 years. They got them by a point. Thanks to Michel. Up next for the Buffaloes, a home meeting against Iowa State on Saturday. Texas meets Bobby Knight and Texas Tech. That game Saturday on ESPN2.
Way to go, Frenchie. Kings and Mavs, Vlade Divac, Dirk Nowitzki laughing it up before the game, and it's a showdown between the 2 best teams in the West. These two know how to fill it up. Over the last 4 seasons, both these teams have the highest combined points per game between opponents in the NBA. 214.6 points per game in their meetings. Kings already up 12 in the first. Peja Stojakovic. 4 of 5 from three-point range, 24 points, 14 boards. Second quarter, Mavs down 7. Dirk Nowitzki missed his first 8 shots, but turns it on. He finished with 28. Mavs down 6 at the break. Sacramento up 3 in the third. Jim Jackson. For the love of elevation, over Nowitzki. 6 points, 6 boards, 5 assists for Jackson. Still in the third. Dallas down 2. Michael Finley. For 3, 28 points for Finley. The Mavs' first lead since the first quarter. Final minute of the third with the Kings down 1. Sacramento. Break in the Mavs full court press. Devos to Keon Clark. 8 of 11 from the field was Clark. Fourth quarter, Mavs down 2. Just over a minute to play. Nash to Finley. Nash with 14 assists. Dallas up 1. Under a minute to go. Kings down 1. Mike Bibby. Picking up the slack for the injured Chris Webber, who did not play. Bibby 10 of 16 from the field. He had 27. Under 40 to go. Mavs down 1. The penetration by Dirk. Turnaround Jay. Dallas up 1. 28 points, 16 boards for Nowitzki. Kings down 1. Watch Keon Clark. We got the hour on him when Bibby is double teamed. Clark left alone under the basket. Right over there. He's all alone. So he puts it back with a jam. Kings up 1. Last chance for Dallas. Down 1. Nowitzki isolated. Puts up the off-balance Jay. No good. Doug Christie has the rebound to seal it. The Kings win. They're now 5 games behind the Mavs with the best record in the West.
Blazers match. Portland's won 7 straight over Orlando. Trace McGrady, 8 straight games of 30-plus. Here he goes to mess with Rasheed Wallace, and sometimes you don't want to mess with Sheed. T-Mac. Sheed had 3 blocks, 15 points, 10 rips. T-Mac this time, I don't believe you can block that. However, he would finish with only 24. Fourth quarter, Portland up 87-77, and, well, we seem to have some technical difficulties.
Pippen on the drive. The sweeping left-handed shot is no good, but Patterson missed the shot. A 24-second violation on Portland.
A buzz in the air that would last 3 minutes and 40 seconds. There's the audio guy. Sometimes that works with my monitor. You can bang it on your head. Well, they're trying to do about everything here.
Well, that's one way to
man.
They need some 3-in-1 oil, perhaps some gauze pads. Eventually, they would get this thing straightened around. Silence is golden.
Nope, that's not working either. All right. And one of the biggest ovations of the night.
Yeah, when you're cheering for the buzzer to stop, you know your team didn't quite come through. Wallace, alley-oop, jam. Portland wins at 96-89. Scottie Pippen, 25, 17, and 7 to lead the Blazers in all categories.
It's a milestone that only 15 players in the National Hockey League have reached. Washington's Jaromir Jagr was in position to become the 16th. 500 goals in less than 1,000 games. Jagr took game Tuesday night in Tampa Bay, and this is 926th game. To Tampa we go. Jagr, scoreless game, gets the drop pass. He doesn't miss from there. Here's career goal number 498 for Jaromir. Second period, Lightning, problems. They turn it over. Kip Miller, quick pass to Jagr. Caps up 2-1. Take another look. Watch Jagr. He's going to sneak in. Unaccounted for, and he'll just basically blow it by a surprise John Graham for career goal number 499. Second of the night. You know what that means. 1 goal away from a milestone.
Jagr, one-timer, he scores! Number 500, evidently, Jaromir Jagr.
And he does it by getting a hat trick. How about that? Jagr would keep the milestone puck. Why not? He'd keep it and put it in the locker room. Oh, yeah, the Caps won the game, too. 5-1, because, you know, Jagr after the game would say that. All that matters is that we won the game. Sure. Jagr not only becomes the 33rd player ever to score 500 in his career, that he's the 16th to do it in less than 1,000 games, but he's just the 6th player to do it with a hat trick. The previous 5, a Hall of Fame list, as you see, that includes Jagr's former teammate, the great Mario Lemieux.
As long as you brought it up, there's Mario, the Pens, facing against the Canucks. He's been out 10 games. There's Marcus Naslund, who wasn't always a Canuck, you remember?
Pittsburgh Penguins are proud to announce our draft pick from Modo, Sweden, Marcus Naslund.
Traded him immediately after seeing those slacks, apparently. Tuesday night, first period, no score. Vancouver on to power play. Naslund to Henrik Sedin. Linda's still the only person that can tell the Sedin twins apart. Got an excuse me goal off Ian Moran's skate. Vancouver wins it 3-2.
Steve Mariucci's drive to succeed has taken him to Ford Field. Tuesday, the Detroit Lions hired the Michigan native to be the team's 4th coach in 4 seasons. You can see the news conference live on ESPN News at 4 p.m. Eastern Wednesday. Couldn't resist. Mooch gets a 5-year deal worth $25 million, plus an added bonus. Mariucci is now just 90 miles away from his best friend, Tom Izzo. Yeah, the two grew up together and attended Northern Michigan. Mariucci, 60-43 in 6 seasons with the Niners before being let go last month. He was also 3-4 in the playoffs. Heck, the Lions would just love to make the playoffs. They have just 1 playoff win since winning the title in '57. Sean, what do you think?
Mariucci to the Lions is an awesome fit. You get a coach with credibility who's used to winning. That rubs off on the other players. Looking around at this team, why they're not far away from 3 or 4 more wins in 2003. You've got a middle linebacker that you've got to keep going to another team in free agency, and Chris Claiborne, solid down the middle. You got Robert Porcher, who leads you on defense, can uplift young players and teach them how to play. James Stewart led the team in rushing and receiving. He is underrated and could fill that gap in that West Coast offense. And a quarterback. All great teams start with a quarterback, and Joey Harrington is young and excitable and will be a great player in this league. And they've got a special teams guy in Desmond Howard, not soft at all. Matter of fact, one of their tougher players and one of the best return men in the league. Bodes well for the Detroit Lions.
Sean, thank you. Outside of Detroit, there is controversy. Mariucci was the only coach to have an in-person interview with the Lions. NFL policy states at least 1 minority candidate must be interviewed. Steelers owner Dan Rooney, who is also the head of the NFL's Workplace Diversity Committee, said, quote, "The Lions selection process fell short of what our committee recommends for all clubs as agreed to in December. He plans to investigate." Meanwhile, attorney Cyrus Mary, who along with attorney Johnny Cochran have led a campaign for more minority hiring in the NFL, well, he wasn't happy with Detroit's hiring process.
We're talking about a new way of doing things. We're fighting for the heart and soul of the National Football League. Whether this league is going to be one that reinforces and continues down the path of a good old boy system, which is based on who you know instead of who's the best, or whether there's going to be a level playing field and fair competition. It's crucial for the league to make that step forward. Dan Rooney's approach was the right approach. Cincinnati followed it. San Francisco was following it. We would like to have seen the Lions follow it.
Now, a source within the NFL who spoke on the condition he didn't have to give his name said 5 minority candidates turned down the chance to interview with the Lions because it was inevitable Mariucci would be hired.
And speaking of San Francisco, it's Terry Donahue, not Trista, Linda. But either way, Romeo Crennel's been dumped. 49ers GM handing out head coaching roses Tuesday, and the past defensive coordinator didn't get one. The Bears' Greg Blasch, Jets' Ted Cottrell, and the Niners' Jim Moore Jr. did. All will get second interviews. All are also defensive coordinators. Despite criticisms from people such as, well, his own quarterback, Jeff Garcia, who said San Francisco's coaching search has been embarrassing, Donahue says the hiring process is going as planned. When SportsCenter returns, LeBron James, the jerseys, and telling it to the judge. The kid's day in court means he gets back on the court in time for this weekend's game.
And a couple of All-Stars going head-to-head. Yao Ming, Kevin Garnett, second time in a week. Last time Yao went up against KG. He posted his 14th double-double. What happened on Tuesday? Stay tuned.
Alex, there's something I want to ask you. Will you make a collect call by dialing down the center with 1-800-CALLATT? It's free for you and cheap for them. Can you get this? I forgot my wallet.
Save on every call. Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
Okay. I'll take Chris's buddy. You playing that?
Why not?
Look up, see blue. Labatt Blue.
Hey guys, meet the new guy. Hey.
Hi, I'm Bob Holtkamp.
Hey, help yourself to some snacks. Speaking of which, you know what would taste good about now?
Yeah, a big, hot and juicy cheeseburger.
With everything.
I can almost taste it.
Telling me, if there were a place to get a hamburger that good this late, I'd not only drive, I'd buy.
Really?
Wendy's classic hamburgers are made fresh, so they're always hot and juicy, so you can eat great even late.
You must be the new guy.
Yeah, thanks.
Wendy's, it's better here.
We got the players, they just didn't come through last year.
Next season for the Lions, you know, it might turn around. This kid, Joey Harrington, he looks good.
This is a team that can win. They've got the ingredients.
And we're making some good trades.
We have young pitching, and they're going to come through for us.
You believe in it, and you hope for it.
You follow a team for years, through the losing, the winning, you deserve eventually if something go your way.
You just hope the minor leaguers come through.
2000 and 3. Lions. Let's go, Barry. Come on back. You're not that old.
Still doing those bills, huh?
Took the risks and started my own business. Taking risks, that's what you have to do. But here's a way to help your business with no risk at all. Just call for your free trial version of QuickBooks Pro, America's #1 best-selling small business accounting software. That's right, I said free. For no money, not even a shipping charge, you'll get this free trial version of QuickBooks Pro from the makers of Quicken, so you know it's easy to use. Want to write a check? You just start typing, and QuickBooks Pro fills in the rest. It shows you how much money you're owed and who owes it. It even prints invoices with your company logo. And QuickBooks Pro can save you even more time with features like estimating and job costing. And it integrates with Microsoft Word and Excel. Look, we all take risks in business. Now take advantage of an honest, no-risk opportunity. Call for your free QuickBooks Pro trial version now. There's no bill, no hassle, no risk. You can't do better than that.
Call 800-736-2448.
Intelligence for fans. Introducing EI. Go deeper and get the info on what you want most. Ever want to go from here?
It's not just us, it's the organization.
To here. To here. With EI, you can go further and get the story beyond the story.
QB controversy, Baker and Cubs brass met for 3.5 hours.
Running all-star, a free agent next summer. Nastiest curveballs in the big leagues.
What really happened?
Fact or fiction?
Look for EI on ESPN. The search is over.
Rockets and T-Wolves. Yao playing KG last Friday. The Rockets, by the way, 0-9 on the road this season, facing a team that's better than 500, and that would be the T-Wolves at 28-20. First, though, Kevin Garnett down low. Oh, there's his pivot foot circled, and it appears he may have traveled, but hoop and foul. You know, it's the Jordan rule. Superstars are allowed to walk all they want. Second quarter, again, KG in the post. Threes, we show you the pivot foot, but this time they go, well, actually, you're not Michael Jordan. We're going to whistle you. And that is traveling. Let's go the other way. KG's not happy. Still in the second quarter, Yao getting double teamed, so he's just going to pass it. Where's my man Stevie Franchise cutting in there? Thank you. 12 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists for Yao. Thanks, I'll have another. That one to Franchise as well. He had 31 in the game. We were tied at 45 at the half. Third quarter, Wally Zerbiak to Garnett, running this time, no traveling. And in the fourth, T-Wolves pulling away. KG face up with the jumper. 23 points, 11 rebounds, and 1 lousy assist, shy of a triple-double. T-Wolves win at 103-89.
Clippers, Knicks, Latrell Sprewell, the story. He knows the trading deadline is February 20th. Why? Because reporters keep telling him it is. Why are we mentioning it? You'll see, because he upped his trade value with his performance against the Clippers. Spree was 14 of 19 overall. He had a season-high 38 points, but that was not the story, no. It was his marksmanship from downtown. All he was 9 for 9 from three-point range. Latrell Sprewell breaking the NBA record for most three-pointers in a game without a miss. And you're seeing the display in front of your eyes. Yes, Sprewell has upped his trade value. The thing is, Latrell doesn't want to go anywhere. He wants to stay in New York. Team is 20 and 19 since he came back from that broken hand. Now check this out. Clippers just kind of preventing him from taking another three, doing everything they could. So he passes off to Kurt Thomas, and Thomas can't get the dunk over the rim. So, you know, the Knicks can laugh at this. I mean, do I dare say they're like in a playoff race?
Don't say it.
All right. They are 10th place in the Eastern Conference, so, I mean, okay. A couple of record-setting three-point games this season in the NBA. Remember January 7th, Kobe making an NBA record 12 three-pointers, including 9 in a row. He finished that game making 12-18 from downtown, setting a season high with 45. And again, Spree setting an NBA record when he hit 9 three-pointers. 9 for 9 without missing any. He, too, finished with a season high for him. His number was 38 points. O.C. Vananen, a 22-year-old defenseman for the Phoenix Coyotes, had just gotten out of his cab Saturday after playing in the Young Stars game during NHL All-Star Weekend in Sunrise, Florida. That was his first mistake. Vananen was struck by a car that was driven by a 90-year-old man. Vananen will miss the next 4 to 6 weeks of action. He has a strained MCL in his right knee. Said Vananen, there was no reason for him to hit us because the road was wide open. Did I mention this happened in Florida? Avs and Bruins, Patrick Waugh, he's good. Off the face, Mike Knuble. In front of the net, puts it by St. Patrick. Knuble's 15th, we go to overtime, just like that. And we're going to flash back to Thursday, the Avs in OT against the Rangers. Perhaps you saw this on ESPN. Peter Forsberg to Greg DeVries, who beats Mike Dunham to win the game. I watched it. Back to Tuesday night in OT, Forsberg. The playmaker, stick handling, finding DeVries. He buries it to win the game in OT. 3-2 the final. Take another look. Great stick handling by Forsberg through the Bruins D. Yeah, what D? Avs win their second straight overtime game.
Devils, the best defense in the NHL, 96 goals against, facing against the Sabres, who have the worst offense with just 109. And here you see why. Jokinek got all kinds of net. Well, he's not very lucky off the post. Corey Schwab filling in for the All-Star Martin Brodeur. Pad save. Another pad save. My, what large pads you have. And a pad save, which I believe is a hat trick of pad saves. I don't know actually if they have those in hockey or not. Then finally, good with the glove hand. Devils win at 4-1. Forge a tie with Ottawa for first in the Eastern Conference.
Preds and Wings. Brett Hull sitting on $6.99 for 4 games now. What up?
Krikopi from center ice in right wing side. Shooting save. Rebound. Oh, Hull stopped by Beauclair off the side of the net. Scores!
What the heck happened here? Take another look. Hull had the rebound but was robbed by Tomas Valkoon, but Hull will get an assist. As we continue, Dennis Arkhipov would roof it by Curtis Joseph to tie this game at 5. Archipov's 5th. In overtimes, Hull on the ice. Red Wings, extra man. One-timer, stopped by Valkoon. Did I mention he had 29 stops?
You did.
Nicholas Lidstrom, bouncing puck. Hull can't handle it. He falls. And Thomas Valkoon recovers. 700 is going to have to wait until Thursday against Colorado on ESPN. This one ends in a draw.
It's all about the jerseys. LeBron James returned the 2 vintage ones he was given. Now he would like the state to return his so he can play again. James' attorney went to court Tuesday seeking a temporary restraining order to block the Ohio High School Athletic Association's ruling that James is ineligible for the rest of his senior season because he received gifts of more than $100. A hearing is set for Wednesday morning.
Loss of eligibility for the remainder of his senior season for accepting and then returning 2 sports jerseys far exceeds the boundary of reasonable consequence. LeBron made a mistake and accepts his responsibility.
The bylaw as written right now states that once an athlete loses his or her amateur status, that they cannot regain that status for 1 year.
A lawyer who challenged the OHSAA in a similar eligibility case involving an Ohio football player in 1999 and won told ESPN's Matt Weiner on the 6 o'clock Sports Center James will win as well because receiving and returning the jerseys did not affect the integrity of any high school game. It did not harm the game in any way. The next game on St. Vincent St. Mary's schedule is this weekend in Trenton, New Jersey.
Here's Michael at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win!
Coming up in the second half hour of Sports Center, no team will be happier to see MJ step aside than the Cavs. They'll have to wait a while. Number 23 first welcomes Cleveland to the phone booth.
The Lakers have climbed back to 500 and why the rest of the league needs to be concerned.
Like Arnie and Jack, there's now Phil and Tiger. A great golf rivalry heats up with a left-handed compliment.
And we hope you've been paying attention because we're going to look at all the top plays from Tuesday and put them in a nice little package called Sports Center Top 10. Where would you rank these?
This is Sports Center on ESPN.
Rivalry Week presented by Novell all week long on ESPN and ESPN2.
Okay, let's say this is you, and this is your auto insurance company. It's okay, nothing to get excited about. But let's say this is Allstate. Wow. Well, right now, qualified drivers who call Allstate for a free quote can get a company this good for this kind of price, maybe less. Hey, look, it's a castle. So call Allstate to see what you can save and find out how the right hands make all the difference.
Introducing the Saturn Ion, specifically designed and engineered for whatever's next.
What is love?
is your last.
ESPN honors Black History Month by saluting African-American athletes. This Sunday, watch Relatively Speaking, Joe Dumars at 6 p.m. on ESPN.
Here's Michael at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win! Michael falls, fires. Yeah! Does it again! The Bulls win! He looks at the crowd!
Wizards need the bucket for the win. Jordan, the jumper. Got it! You got it at the buzzer! Jordan does it to Cleveland again! Jordan is the...
Cavs always brought out the best in MJ, but he scored only 18 points in 2 games against them this year. But he started to heat up again against Cleveland. 2 weeks shy of his 40th birthday. MJ, you were all over Cleveland, weren't you?
Jordan again. He's red hot again. Bad news for Cleveland.
Well, he's been bad news for them for some time now. That's nothing new.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the point we're trying to make. 27 points in 43 minutes for MJ, making up for teammate Jerry Stackhouse missing the game with a groin injury again. The steal, the finish, Wizards up 6. They were up 8 when Jordan got a lot of double teams in this game, but it didn't matter because he dished it. 8 assists. There's one to Kwame Brown who connects. Wizards 3-0 against the Cavs this season, but then again, who isn't 3-0 against the Cavs this season?
College game, Providence-Pittsburgh. Ben Howland talked with Carl Krauser, who's going to replace Julius Page with an ankle injury. But let's go back, shall we? Providence-Pittsburgh, 1988. Brad.
Picked off by Miller, goes ahead, lanes on the other wing. He finds
Send it in, Jerome!
You should just play that. 4-star slam by Jerome Lane. Well, how many, Ontario led, how many Jeromes is that? It's like 1. He had 18 points. 1 star. Siobhan Troutman, he's going to try. Well, the rim stayed up. That's no good. He gets just a 2-star Jerome Lane dunk. Pittsburgh led by 11 at the half. Ryan Gomes did not dunk. He just filled it up. 26 points to lead all scores. Friars down 2. They would eventually tie, but Pitt, Panthers 17 straight home wins. Let's make it 18. Jerron Brown and the foul. He had 15. Pitt wins at 68-61.
#1 women's team in the country, UConn, 59 straight wins, 18 straight wins over St. John's with the average margin of victory, 42.1 in those 18 games. Good ball movement here. Jessica Moore baseline to Ann Strother. Huskies go up by 20. Ann with 12. Second half, UConn up 34. So much for that letdown after the Duke game. Diana Taurasi over 3 St. John's players. Taurasi at 12. Later in the second half, Ashley Battle. The scoop to Barbara Turner. Oh, yeah. 41-point win. 1 point off their average against St. John's. 60 straight wins for the Huskies.
Kobe working the ball left side. Shaq comes out to set a screen. Brad Miller comes out to double team. Shaq rolls away. Ball reverse right side to Devin George. Spots up for a big 3 and buries it. Devin George with a 3.
Step up, Dev. Step up, Dev. Those are the kind of shots that really...
When the Lakers started out a so-so 2-2, they had no idea that 3 months later, 23-23 would feel so good. And you thought 500 was only a major goal for the Grizzlies. After digging a hole 8 games deep, the Lakers are now back on level footing. Although Tuesday's quality road win against the Pacers, sort of like the season itself, a continuing struggle. Scott Walker with more on the Indianapolis 500.
When Shaquille O'Neal took a seat after committing his 4th foul with 7:24 left in the 3rd quarter, the other O'Neal felt it was his time to shine.
We didn't really get any stops to really make him pay. You know, we got the ball to me in the low post and I scored and got fouled. But on the other end, we didn't stop him, so it was kind of just washed our offensive touches away, you know, because we couldn't get any stops on the defensive end.
Jermaine O'Neal scored 10 points during that span, including 8 free throws, but the rest of his team went cold. The Pacers missed 10 of 13 shots, while Shaq sat the rest of the 3rd quarter. The Lakers actually extended their lead by a basket with their leader out.
Whenever Shaquille goes out, we don't have that anchor on the back line, so we can't gamble as much, can't be as risky. So we got to buckle down on the perimeter, contest their shots, and you know, try to hold them to 1 shot.
I think they, you know, played pretty good defense on the ball. You know, they rebounded well. You know, they got the ball to Kobe and guys like Rick and Devin, and we just came down and, you know, took the shots that the defense gave us.
We had our opportunities, especially when Kobe was on the bench and Shaq was in foul trouble. You know, that was the time right there where, you know, you want to try and create a little space because you're understanding those guys are going to play the majority of the minutes in the 4th quarter.
The Lakers are back at 500 for the first time since beating Portland on November 3rd. Those 3 months have given the team enough perspective to calmly appreciate digging themselves out of a big hole.
Yeah, you start with baby steps. And that was a baby step for us. We've achieved that. Now we're going to try to go into the All-Star break one game above 500.
I think our best basketball is still ahead of us. You know, so as we're starting to get it together, we're starting to close ground on some of the other teams and starting to get that swagger back.
Phil Jackson conceded that the Lakers could have buried themselves in this stretch of 4 games out of 5 on the road against 4 playoff contenders. But with a victory against the Knicks Thursday, the Lakers will enter the All-Star break with a 5-game winning streak, and they'll play 11 of their next 14 games at home after that. In Indianapolis, Scott Walker, ESPN.
Thank you, Scott. Jackson's Lakers knock off the Pacers, who were 22-2 at home entering the game Tuesday night. Only 2 other occurrences as Jackson defeated a team with a better home winning percentage at least 20 games into a season. The Hawks, if you can remember back then, in '97, and the Magic in '96 were 34-2.
Still up, a 6 shot by Lamar Odom in SportsCenter Top 10, and Rick Pitino has brought the Louisville Cardinals back to the college hoop promised land. Of course, having Reese Gaines does help. A look ahead to Wednesday's battle against the Bearcats ahead.
Phil Mickelson tees up. Tiger takes a big old swing. Sure, they're pals, but Lefty's bragging about being longer with the driver. What's that about?
What if the new Kia Sorento was in a race against the other SUVs? Who would win? The little ones would be left in the dust. Some just too honking huge. Others would be afraid of getting dirty. And the rest, they'd be distracted by the wads of cash we save. The midsize Sorento with a 10-year warranty won this unbiased race. After all, it is our commercial. Right now, get 0% financing on the new Kia Sorento.
Could you please locate the complete medical records of Stephen B. Smith in Midville, Indiana?
Imagine a digital command center where a patient's medical history can be summoned up in seconds. GE Medical Systems Information Technology. Delivering digital medical information how it's needed.
Everything's going to be okay.
Fast.
Could you please find the June 94 MRI of Tom Henby's liver?
GE, imagination at work.
ESPN's Thursday Night Hockey. It is a rivalry born in bitterness, where every emotion is raw, every nerve on edge.
Welcome to the NHL.
From last-second heroics to thrilling moments of exultation, where champions are crowned. Hockey's Western powers take the ice. The Colorado Avalanche, the Detroit Red Wings. 8 p.m. Eastern, Thursday on ESPN.
IBM ThinkPad. Real people.
Do you want to own a computer, but your credit is less than perfect? If you have a checking or savings account and can afford a payment of just $35 a week for 12 months, you're approved, guaranteed. That's right. If you have a checking or savings account and can afford a payment of just $35 a week for 12 months, you will get a brand new, brand name computer of your dreams with no credit check and no cash needed today. No credit? Bad credit? No problem. You are approved, guaranteed. If you have a checking or savings account and can afford a payment of just $35 a week for 12 months, call right now because you are approved for a brand new, brand name computer no matter what your credit looks like with no credit check and no cash needed today. Call 800-560-0985. That's 800-560-0985. Financing alternatives, computers for everyone. Don't wait. Call right now. Call 800-560-0985.
Bulls and the Rich Creamies. Seconds left in the fourth. Nuggets down 3. Chris Whitney gets it up for 3. Tied at 91 with 2.5 left, except if you look, his foot, it's clearly on the line. It should have been a 2, but apparently had NFL refs working this game, so it'll stand and we'll go to overtime. Second straight OT game for the Bulls, and perhaps some weary legs showing. Jalen Rose can't make the layup. Jamal Crawford off for a backcourt violation. So Cartwright, he is most disgusted. Over and back. Lost to the Phoenix Suns on Monday in extra minutes, and, well, there's one of their 21 turnovers. They had several. 102-100. The Nuggets win it. Their 3rd time this season they reach 100 points. It's the first time the Nuggets win when getting to the century mark. Bucks Raptors. Ray Allen not giving Vince Carter his full All-Star endorsement. Not to take anything away from anyone, but we've talked about Vince Carter being selected as a starter and only playing in 10 games. Not to say that I should have been selected as a starter, but he's just saying. Here we go, Raptors and Bucks. There's Ray. And there's Veese. Second quarter, Raptors up 7, trying to win back-to-back games in Milwaukee for the first time ever. And Carter flies through the lane and lays it home. Raptors led 45-36 at that point. Trouble for Vince in the third, though. Carter driving, gets poked in his eye. It's a long way from your heart, it's a long way from your knee, but he still would be helped off the court. Little Visine later to return. With Carter out, Ray Allen decided to show up. Oh, please don't let the smooth taste fool you. He had 21. Moments later, Allen again. He was 9 of 17 from the field. Bucks were up 3, but VC coming into the rescue for Toronto. Got himself a bit of a shiner. Late third, Raptors down 6. Carter buries that jumper. He had 25. 4-point game. Raptors now up 3. Alvin Williams, shot no good. Jerome Williams, tip it in, Jerome. He had 13. Raptors led 97-92. A couple seconds left. Ray Allen down 3, tries to 3. No, and Vince is there to block him. Oh, it all comes back in the end. 98-95.
College hoops. Northern Iowa acquaintance Kyle Korver averaging only 12 points per game in his last 4 games. What's going on with Korver? Well, he's good from there, but he was only 2 of 6 from three-point range, and that's his strength. Korver with 16 points. Later in the game, Tyler McKinney will find Brody Darren for the jam. Creighton, the first Division I team with 20 wins this season. From one surprise team in college basketball to perhaps the biggest. Want to know how popular Rick Pitino's Cardinals are this season? Let's put it this way. Twice this year, Cardinals games have preempted American Idol in Louisville. Take that, Simon. Coach Rick is giving his performers high marks. The team is on the hottest streak since 1985-86, when they went on to win an NCAA championship. Time to point out the secret to their success.
Rick Pitino has had a history of getting the most out of his point guards, with Billy Donovan at Providence, Wayne Turner at Kentucky, and it appears he's at it again at Louisville with Reese Gaines, who made the move to point earlier this season.
We had to change the whole mindset for Reese. Now it's make other people better, run the plays, call out the plays, be the first guy back on defense. His whole game had to change. That is so difficult for a person to do in a month's time, and he's mastered it. And I am so shocked that of all the things that I've seen young people today, that's as shocking as any player I've coached.
Last season, Gaines put together the 4th best single-season scoring performance in Louisville history. This year, playing mostly at the point, Gaines is averaging 18 points and 5 assists a game.
I moved Reese Gaines to the point because I wanted to see the 2 young freshmen get more playing time. Reese at the 2 guard stops Taekwondo and Francisco from playing. So I move him at the point, then the freshmen get minutes. Kendall Dartez improves. Marvin Stone's a terrific player. And Reese Gaines